Let's roll. This is Countercharge, your podcast for ranks, flanks, and kings of war. Join your hosts as they delve into the world of Panithor and bring you worldwide coverage of all things Kings of War.
Welcome to Countercharge. I'm Rob Vanaf. This episode is a collection of recordings from Friday and Saturday at the 2026 U.S. Masters event held in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It includes post-game discussions and breakdowns along with some behind-the-scenes conversations with our event TOs. So pull up a nice comfy chair and get stuck in. U.S. Masters 2026 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're with the TO crew. You guys go around and introduce yourselves.
Kyle Peach from, Minnesota.
Now, are you from Minneapolis or are you from farther north?
I'm from like a suburb 20 minutes out of town,
Okay.
So Minneapolis.
Okay.
Connor Murphy, Woodbury, Minnesota.
Woodbury. Where's that at? Is that another suburb of Minneapolis?
It is, although we're closer to the Wisconsin border than we are to actual Twin Cities. We're 10 minutes from Wisconsin.
Okay.
And then Jason Burr, Richfield, which is right over the river from the venue. So right by the airport and the Mall of America.
What made you guys want to do this?
Well, I got asked by multiple people with the Minnesota tournaments and things like that, where people have had good experiences, and it being that they wanted it more in a central location.
Yeah.
And these two run a great event at Renegade.
The Renegade GT, that's in Minneapolis as well, right?
Yeah, it's over on the west side of the Twin Cities where...
But it's a multi-format event. Like, there's a bunch of different games, and Kings of War is always a hot ticket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then guys were asking me that we should look at doing it, and with these two running a great event on top of my one day in my yard that people have had a good time with, I was like, hey, would you guys be interested? I'm not doing this by myself. I know you guys are geniuses when it comes to Google Sheets. It's everything smooth with them. So I was like, hey, if I'm going to do it, I want you two to do it. If you're not going to do it, I'm not running it.
And how are you guys dividing the work? Are you the venue guy? Because obviously you're the in here to get this amazing place. The most bougie high school I've ever seen in my life. I played high school hockey. We had to rent a municipal ice rink outside. These guys have got a freaking stadium across the street.
They rent it out, I hear.
Yeah, we originally it was with a local college that we were affiliated with, the University of St. Thomas. Once University of St. Thomas went Division I for all their sports, they built a hockey rink on their own campus in St. Paul, and we got to keep the.
That's cool.
Ourselves. So, yeah, it works out good. Yeah, I mean, basically venue, food, entertainment has been me.
Communications.
Connor does a lot of the logistics, the finance, and Kyle does.
Is he the TO?
Technically, all three of us are.
But I think, who's the only one that has answered a single rules question
Kyle.
so far, right?
Kyle.
So, I'm handling a lot of the game side of things.
Yep.
He's the true spreadsheet wizard.
He is the. And
No.
You guys are going Google Sheet role kind of that's been a trend the last couple of years. It's worked pretty well.
Yeah, we're using actually Mike Adkins.
Yeah, he's the progenitor. I know the West Coast did the same thing last year.
We, for Renegade, the past couple of years had been developing our own system that we were essentially building from scratch. And then Connor showed me Mike's system, and I'm like, this is way better than what we have.
Yeah, you give me a 2D barcode and just scan it and bloop. Oh, put the score in. Bloop. Okay, it's done. Mm-hmm. It's really great.
Yeah, we had that all set up for Renegade, but our end, we were doing pairings by hand.
Oh, you're a crazy person.
We're not about to do pairings by. We can do it for a 20 to 30 player tournament. We're not doing pairings by hand for Masters, and Mike's system takes care of that.
And what we noticed was a lot of current tournament software is not well set up for blackjack. Mm-hmm. And that was the scoring that was chosen, and so it was kind of we need to figure out something that will work.
Yeah, there's a problem there, right? Because we have the Mantix companion software, which does blackjack but doesn't do any soft scores. I'm speaking on it, so I don't know if it does now.
Yep.
But then there's Long Shanks, which could do it, and the guys from Bane Chat are really pushing to get Long Shanks to pick up Kings of War.
Yep.
And we'll share that link in the show notes to try to get an upvote or something to get it on there. But there's just, there's not a lot of options out there.
Exactly.
Other than the homebrew, either, I don't know, making your own spreadsheet. But I can't even imagine. Or the Google, the Google Sheets. But.
Well, we also found out, we had conversations one, it's easier for people at home that aren't here to be able to follow along. They don't have to like sign into some random website.
No,
I love Tim's website, but it's one of those things that's a little bit more difficult for outsiders to kind of see. And there's a lot of companies now that are doing so much with Google and Google Sheets that people know it. So when guys are filling it out, they're not having as much problem with it as well.
Yeah, I like the public-facing aspect of it for sure. The fact that you can just share the link out and can see it.
I was going to put that link in Fanatics Saturday morning.
For
That's
sure.
like, here you go if you want to.
And streaming-wise, you guys got streaming too, right? So who's leading the streaming?
Matt Carmack's going to do it.
Great.
We want to with him. We asked him to do it. He's done a lot of it in the past.
He's done it a few times.
I will add though.
He did it last year.
Yep, and I will add too that a lot of the setup is the Omaha crew.
Yep.
Got it. So their camera system and all
Grant
that.
Barnes' stuff. So thank you to them for letting us use it.
Is Grant's not here this weekend though? He just loaned you the stuff and
Billy brought it up with them, and
Nice.
like it's literally other than Matt's. He brought his own mic, his own headset, and his laptop. Everything else is Grant Barnes'
awesome.
stuff. So he'll post out tomorrow for his things, and obviously he's got a YouTube and things like
100%.
that. So
He's got a Twitch channel.
Yep, we want to support him for helping us out too.
100%.
So
What's been the biggest challenge so far? I mean, obviously we haven't started, but you had a lot of work. You've been working on this. When did you guys get the vote? It was like July, June of last year or something.
Yeah.
You guys started to get the news out.
I think we knew going into Masters last year that we had.
So it's like August. What is that?
Yeah.
No, it's like literally like this month.
Yeah, it's about
July. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
To answer your question, the biggest, to me, what seemed like the biggest and hardest thing was getting enough, like, physical, like, tables, mats, terrain. We're borrowing from a few tournaments in the area in terms of, like, terrains, mat. We ended up just renting some folding tables, and
And the venue has a good amount of them, too.
Right. So it's a mix there, and then this morning, Connor was at Home Depot getting table toppers.
Yep.
which I mean, I had 12 already from my tournament, but we needed another 4. So once we got the tables together, we were like, okay, we want more table toppers for these specific. It ends up, like you said, it's a little bit of hodgepodge of everyone from our region plus Omaha guys bringing some stuff up too for us.
It's a nice thing to have so many people to lean on, for sure.
Yeah, I think though, because of the way your venue's set up, and you wouldn't be able to be here if you didn't have Jason, right?
Correct.
They're not going to rent it out, but there's some savings there potentially, right? And then you can put that in other spots where maybe you are deficient, like I need more tables or top tables.
Right.
And venues was a huge constraint. I mean, even here where we have a ton of access to really decently priced venues, there's still $6,000 for the weekend, $8,000 for the weekend, and it's like, well, unless we're charging people $200 a ticket, which you don't want to do, and so I'd say that's been a logistic. The financial part of it, right, is balancing how much you can reasonably have people pay to have a good time. I'm super thankful to Jason's wife Allison and his buddy Ricky. They're cooking for us both days.
That's amazing.
We got
and my
full
dad,
lunch.
My dad
yes.
as well.
So are you grilling out, or what's the?
So they're doing, Sean Troy's volunteered their smoker, and Sean lives super close to me.
Yeah.
So logistics-wise, it makes it a lot easier. But we're smoking 3 briskets between my house and Sean's house. We're doing another 3 pork shoulders.
Oh my
This is just tomorrow. My wife's already done cucumber salad, pasta salad. She's making a mac and cheese tomorrow morning.
Oh my gosh.
We're doing charcuterie.
Everyone's gonna be like super fat when they go home.
Yeah.
Well, and then Sunday we're doing tacos and burrito bowls. So a little bit easier on the cooking aspect, but
that's amazing.
we're lucky enough to. I mean, Ricky is a good friend of ours that does all the cooking in my tournament. So
helps out at Bug too.
Yep. He's been helping out at Bug the last couple of years because he's gotten to know the Omaha crew. But they're gonna transport during the rest period for the meet and transport here at that point.
That's awesome.
So we work.
Also, it makes it easier to cook it where you already have your stuff set up, and you don't have to logistically move in grills and stuff. And
Correct.
Because there was another thing we looked into, and it was like, man,
it's a lot of work.
It is.
It's a lot of work.
I don't like. I was literally talking to my dad this week about like transporting a grill over to my house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if we were taking my grill somewhere, I'm okay with that if I screw it up. Because
if it's somebody else's grill and you drop it, especially if it's a nice grill, like a black, if it's a nice grill, you're like, oh, I don't want to drop it. I don't want to.
No. And like, there's a local ski hill that my brother is the president of, that they have a ginormous old smoker that we talked about potentially trying to get, and they're like, it doesn't transport real well.
Yeah.
So,
it sounds like you got the best option you could get, and you're gonna have some amazing food.
Correct. And having everyone on site and staying on campus versus like spreading out, we should be able to stay on time.
And how are you working with the school? As a school, I mean, obviously, there's some advantage to the school too, but are you guys going to sell concessions? And
Nope. So we talked so initially 2 teams had committed to doing it over the weekend.
Yeah.
Their athletes or student athletes have things going on. So
Okay.
we had extra funds available. So we went and bought pop, Gatorade, water, some lighter snacks,
Cool.
and we're going to put out a cooler and a table in the morning.
Nice.
And it's just people that
Grab
are
it
here.
as you need it.
It's, you don't have
that's
to buy- you don't have
fantastic.
to buy it.
That's super
it's,
cool.
It's here. I mean, you guys have already paid the fee, so we want to make
That's awesome.
we want to make things as simple and smooth as possible for everyone, whether it was the shuttle from the airport to the venue or
How far away are we from the airport?
15 minutes?
Okay.
no, not even.
It maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not
I
even.
mean,
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's literally
That's one of the advantages of putting it, right by. And this is a hub airport, right? So
Right, and I
a lot
think
of people have direct flights.
airport to hotel and hotel to venue are both under 10, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
hotel to venue is 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally, I GPSed it this week.
Yeah.
And one way. So I mean, like we were talking. I was like, you could walk here. It'd be a long walk, but you could walk here from the hotel.
and shout out to the hotel, too. They've been fantastic.
This is the
with-
Fairfield Marriott.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
like
Yeah.
you show up, like we have a cooler there with beer and alcohol and stuff. They literally, if they find out that you're part of the king. Oh yeah, beer's in the back. Just go grab it now.
grab
I'm like,
That's funny.
but yeah, they're like even Sunday for the people that have already checked out, they're gonna be able to drive the shuttle here, pick people up from here, and take them to the airport.
Yeah.
Like they've been.
It's fantastic. They've been awesome. Is that, but that's what you would say is Midwestern hospitality.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
But also, it's not every hotel.
Right.
Okay.
Like, I mean, frankly, when we were picking which hotel to put the block at, like, we didn't start with the list of hotels in the area. We started with the list of hotels that had an airport shuttle.
Yeah.
And then in talking to them, we were like, hey, can we, because we thought they would like charge us extra for a shuttle to the venue, and apparently not.
No.
Yeah, they've
Sounds
been,
like a sweet deal.
yeah, they've been awesome. I mean, I can't say enough good things about them. I know they don't have the biggest weight room and some things like that, but clean rooms. We can hang out in the lobby. Like we were there, guys
You
were
were
there
there
till
till
like,
almost 1 a.m.
I wasn't, but they
yeah.
were up. I mean, I think Travis and Adam came back because they stayed at my house last night, and they were there till 1. And Travis is not quiet. So
Travis?
Travis-Timm is not quiet.
No.
Love him,
Have it in
but like I mean, they were playing Dalmoody, and which can get loud at times, and they were there. Like, the hotel didn't say a single word.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So they can't say enough good things about the Fairfield here in Mendota Heights.
So what's been the feedback so far from the folks that have been rolling in? Obviously, we're on a Friday. The event really hasn't started, but there's a lot of people here already.
Yeah, we wanted to keep it open. We had talked about that, like, because I know people had talked about like setting up tournaments, different things like that. And we're like, keep it open, allow people who don't necessarily visit Minnesota all the time to kind of do what they want. We were here 8 o'clock this morning to get started.
I would say about there.
And like Mid-Atlantic rolls in, Omaha guys are here. We're setting tables up. Then they started playing games.
Yeah, they've been playing board games all day,
Right.
and probably all night.
I mean, what was it? Chet and Bart started their Kings of War game at like 9:30, 10 a.m. And like they took a break for lunch.
Yeah.
It's
And
funny.
so I mean,
It's
we
nice
wanted
to have the space open.
Right.
Let people
Yeah.
come in.
It's a great space too. It's roomy and it's air conditioned, which is bonus because it's been hot.
I was worried about that.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's.
an-
I have literally the facility lady on phone. I was like, I called her this morning. I show, where are the tables? Da da da. She's like, I'm bringing them to you right now. I was like, okay.
Thank you very much.
And
Yeah.
the heat you mentioned is a good point, because if you're not familiar with Minnesota, you're like, it's cold. No, it's a 90-degree weekend. It's mid-July. That's just how it is here.
yeah, at least it's not as humid.
Right.
Oh, it was bad.
Was it bad last week?
Last week.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So you guys picked. Not only did you pick a great venue, you picked a good week. Is what you're saying.
Well, and the facility has been great. We didn't pay for the other gym, and we're like, we kind of want the live stream out of the main hall. One, because with the live stream, we don't want a whole lot of feedback on the cast. But two, especially like we talked about at day 2, the hovering that can happen on top.
Yeah,
of
you
the
want
boat,
them
it's
to
always
be
stressful.
there.
Yep.
We're going to close the door. People can, like, if you want to watch, you have to hop on the live stream.
Watch it on your phone.
Yep.
Yep.
So they were like, and I was talking to the lady today. She's like, "Yeah, I'm not charging you. There's nothing in there anyway." So I was like, "What was it, like $125 an hour, or like
Yeah,
$100
I
an
think
hour
so. Yeah.
for that whole area?"
Yeah.
I was like, "They're not going to charge us the entire weekend for it."
That's amazing.
Right, because we were worried initially, like if we had a really big best of the rest, like
Would you be able to fit everything in here?
Right.
Worried's the wrong word. If we were looking at like a 30 or 40 player best of the rest, like we know we've seen.
And by the way,
years,
where are we at with best of the rest? How many players?
18.
Okay, that's good.
we had a lot of sign-ups, but as we know, like we've got something like
14.
14
We had
mercs this year.
32 signed up, so we had 14 mercs.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Because you have a lot of people because there's some big team like the Pacific Northwest. I don't think they have a single player.
I think
they have one player.
one.
Who's the one player?
Chet, right?
Yeah.
No,
Chet. I don't. That's your guys' area.
I don't know.
So yeah, so Pacific Northwest has one player, and then they have 7 mercs,
And
right?
then they
And-
were 7. West had a couple, or they were the next highest, and then Northeast took 1. I want to say.
So what are we at? Like maybe 10
ended
there?
up having
Two of
two that they had to take from best of the rest.
Oh, because there are other people went.
They were their
somewhere
alternates.
else.
Yep.
Yeah. So as we know, like most tournaments, you don't actually know how many players you have until Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Right. But our current count is 18 for best of the rest.
That's good though, considering that you guys lost 10 plus players
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
to the main event.
And you really never know. We might have 3 people show up tomorrow that want to, jump in. And
I
best
don't.
the rest.
Yeah, for sure. You might have people just unannounced, but like, hey, because you got a
Right.
big local scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris Kapsner could show up.
Yeah.
He actually, we are expecting him tomorrow, but he's actually one of our paint judges.
I think he's
Very
going to
good.
paint judge and potentially jump on the commentary.
Yeah, he might help with stream or something like
Yep.
that. But yeah, so like, but we've got plenty of the local players that aren't like regulars in the tournament circuit that might come.
Well, you guys are Midwest homers. How's the Midwest team going to do this weekend?
It's a pretty strong team.
Yeah. And the other thing is, obviously, like Jason and I aren't on the team, but
So is that a benefit?
sorry, let me
team?
finish my thought. But I think other than that, like our top 8 finishers are all here.
Correct.
Right?
That is, yes.
Like we're
Yep.
not. We didn't have to. Somebody couldn't make it, so we had to go to the next person
Right.
down.
So
Yeah,
basically,
we didn't have to go
you guys
there.
had to drop because you were running the event.
And other than that,
and so you basically had the 10 players that were
Yeah.
available.
You got it.
You got 8 players. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And you have some strong players. You got Jeff Shulkin, who's always a contender.
Yep.
Sean.
Sean Troy is probably my. He won't like me to say that, but I mean, how do you root against him?
Yeah.
Well,
No.
Sean's playing pre-nerf rats.
Right, for the last
Right.
time.
Right.
Right, this is
Right?
it.
Like-
Yep.
So he's got to send him out with a bang, right?
I mean, you got Eric Trowbridge.
Oh, Eric Trowbridge. Is he running orcs?
He's running
Playing orcs.
Pre-nerf
He's
orcs.
running pre-nerf orc.
like,
And you got Kyle Poole on the
Yep,
team,
yep.
right?
yep,
Absolutely.
Goblins always overpowered. Yeah, no, it's a real strong team. Just because, not only we're a strong region, I'll say that because I'm a Midwest guy, but also Billy's shaking his head at me. But also, like I said, we're fielding our best players, and you don't always.
Well, you don't have
that
the
in
limitation
matches.
of, I have to travel. Like
You got it.
Yeah, they're like Ohio guys are here, Michigan
I
guys,
mean,
whoever, right? They're all available.
I'm going to be honest in that regard. What's the one Masters Midwest has won? Omaha.
We brought a pretty strong team.
We
together,
brought-
too.
You 100%.
We brought. I think I got pulled off the bench that year as like the 9th place finisher.
Yeah.
And other than that, we were fielding our best people, and it showed.
Well, this it also helps the South in the bed lately, right? Not really bringing their best A game.
Wow, shots fired. All right.
It's all right. Mark's not here to defend himself.
That's
so.
true. He could have been here.
But I do with Jason dropping though. That's kind of hurt the team a little bit, right? I mean,
You
I
know,
didn't
pretty
qualify
strong.
this year.
Oh, you
you didn't-
didn't? I thought you
to
had.
be fair, though,
I
he
was
didn't
like
try to
9,
qualify.
and I've dropped out of like 3 tournaments.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. All right. I misspoke earlier then. We might be running 8 of our top 9. I'd have to look at the list.
yeah, that's cool.
Technically, I've qualified the last 4 or 5 years, but knowing that we were hosting it, I had 0 interest in even trying.
I like that. That's a humble brag. That's a Jeff Swan level humble brag. Like, I knew I couldn't play anyways, so I'm not even gonna really make an
I
effort.
will back him up on that, though. He did.
He's a great-
He named that as well. Several of
Yeah.
the tournaments.
Oh, before.
that-
So this is
yes,
not like
yes.
a post.
No.
This is not
Calculated
retcon.
decision at several GTs.
Yeah, I
He's
was
like,
like-
you know what? I'm not even gonna. Like,
That's
I'm not
funny.
playing
I drove
it,
all the way down to Omaha for a 1 day and dropped. Renegade, I dropped after because we had odd numbers. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll drop it that we have evens.
Yeah.
And then after playing, you guys made me play Travis first. That was awesome.
That was intentional,
Sometimes
probably.
that's
It may have been.
Well, it was he would have played a new player.
Oh,
so I'm like, I took the beating very roughly.
What a
very
gracious.
gracefully.
Yeah, and then what was the other one I
I
dropped?
don't know if you did drop from 3, actually.
Oh, Bug Eater.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but that was
I
outside
think Bug
circumstances.
Eater? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was because Allison got sick.
How's your guys' scene with 4th edition
Actually
in
doing
Minnesota?
really good.
Yeah, I think it's pretty. I think
I don't think we lost anyone to 4th edition. I don't
we
know.
only gained a couple. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we've had
gained
a
few.
handful come back
Yep,
actually.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, are you talking about the old world guys?
a couple that I just
John,
like.
like
Yeah.
guys-
Yeah. So we had a couple guys who went over to old world, and I don't know what's happening over there these days, but they've returned since 4th edition.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder what's going on.
It's really, I agree. The last Old World tournament that we saw run was 2 years ago, actually. 2 Renegades ago now, so November of 2025.
I wonder if they just maybe the support's waning a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not as.
Yeah. But at least locally, our old world scene's at the point where like they don't have enough for a major tournament.
Yep.
Right.
And luckily for us, we have a lot of really, really solid gaming venues that can do regular club nights. We got the Source, Pat Brinlinson's here.
I can't. He's my. I love a lot of Minnesotans, but I go a long way back with Pat.
He's arguably one of the best.
and Wapaka and some of the
Yeah.
events in Wisconsin and like
And we're
just
super
having
lucky.
and he's playing Oryx this
Yes.
weekend. I'm like,
Yep.
okay, you got to give me the. I don't want to do it because I don't want to blow the mic out.
Right,
but
right.
yeah, I mean,
He's gonna do it,
Wait,
though. Yep.
I can't wait. This is like the highlight of my weekend.
And he owns the Source Comic
Right.
Games, which is a fabulous spot if you get a chance to go out there. It's actually, I think, only about 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, I'll have to go check it out. I didn't know it was that close.
From here, I'm
Yeah.
the opposite direction,
You are.
so it's a pain for me.
And then we've always had a great relationship with Tower Games. They actually just opened a new location in Bloomington, so they've been able to expand in a way that I think a lot of gaming stores typically can't. 2 locations is
Right.
huge for
And
them.
I don't know what gaming stores in terms of space look like in some other parts of the country, but here, a gaming store with 12 tables in their gaming space just for open gaming is unheard of.
Here, local.
And that's the new place that just opened.
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
So we'll be able to run one days really easily there
That's awesome.
and do some of that stuff, I think.
Well, you guys also had the old event center from Fantasy Flight too, right? Or is that gone?
Yeah, no, it is. Yep.
It's still there. It's gone through. It's not.
I think
there's
it's
It's
a
not
whole
Fantasy Flight
history
anymore. The
about-
old Fantasy Flight guy bought it, right?
Yeah.
It became a
It's
thing.
now Game Center, I think.
Game Center.
Yes,
That's it.
But
These millennials and these Z's.
Yes.
What's up with that? I don't.
And
don't know.
that's another great spot. It's way right now, at least I think it's better for club nights and just kind of getting together. We actually that was one of the bids we went for, and they have 2 really nice gaming halls, but they won't rent both out to the same event.
Oh, because they don't want to use the whole
I
guess.
guess because they have a capacity for 106 people, I think is what
in one or in both.
in both.
Okay.
And so he said, "Hey, can we rent both of those out?" And they said, "No, we don't do that." And I was like,
Okay, that's
"All right,
weird.
well."
But-
But I love that because they have a full bar on site.
Yeah,
so
that's-
that would have been nice to have
Yeah.
as well as an
Wish they
option,
still had
but-
their kitchen open, but
Yeah.
can't have it all.
You can't have it all. Yeah.
But it's still a great spot. We got a good selection.
Terrain. You guys mentioned some of it's your terrain. Like, just give us a sense of who's contributed to this effort.
So I'm not about to count how many, but it's a mix of Renegade, so like stuff the 2 of us put together.
Yep.
So is Renegade the best GT for Kings of War in Minnesota?
No.
So another source
We can't
of
compete with
terrain
Lady of the
is
Lake.
Lady of the
Come on.
Lake.
Okay. All right. It was a test. It was a test. Right.
Which, if we're talking about terrain, has a lot more like bigger, impressive pieces from the Warhammer Fantasy days. Whereas when we put the Renegade terrain together, our big focus was like, how do you play Kings of War on this?
Yeah.
Which means it doesn't look
More functional.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've also
Very
got
transportable too.
Yes.
very transportable. We've also got a lot from Bug Eater from when
Yep.
Omaha Rhine Masters. They expanded their terrain collection
Thank you
quite a
to
bit.
thank you to Russ.
Yeah. Russ Barnes is.
Yep.
He's a workhorse, man.
Yes,
Yep.
he is. We got several from Northwoods GT and the Wisconsin guys. They've brought some trains.
No, is
to
it
the
Northwoods GT? That's not a Kings of War event?
table. It is.
Yeah.
It's in its second year.
Okay. Where is it located?
I think both years it's been
Reedsburg?
in Reedsburg.
Oh, you know what?
Wisconsin.
I'm a dummy. That's Robert Sabine and Co.
Yeah.
You got
right?
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm a ditty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that. I know that. I have not been there yet.
It's worth it. It's quite a lot of fun. Last year, it was in kind of a community center space, and several of us got an Airbnb. There was some in a hotel, but Reedsburg it's got just classic Midwestern small town feel of there's about 15 bars in a row. And,
That's hilarious.
And you just kind of, we bar hopped both nights. It was a good time.
The Wisconsin team seems to be growing.
Yeah,
it is.
I know you guys have had some Minnesota-Wisconsin rivalry events.
Yep. One of the most fun I've heard was, and I think you played in it.
The doubles tournament.
The doubles where you paired up a Wisconsin guy with a Minnesota guy.
Oh, that worked out.
That was a lot of fun. I think you guys had 16 to 20 people.
Yeah,
it was like
something like
pretty
that.
cool.
I was going to say 8 teams, so yeah, maybe 10.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. And then the only other terrain source is I want to say we have 6 tables that are just local
guys.
players collections.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
But it's a lot of work to put on
64
player masters and then however many MS wrestling.
Yep.
Because you need tabletoppers,
You got it.
the mats.
Yes.
Yep.
People are like, the mats. Like, no, the mats are like a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
You know?
Luckily, we can source. Bug Eater provided a bunch of mats.
Thank you,
we
Russ.
have.
Yeah,
we have a
Russ
lot
is
of
the
tournaments.
godfather for sure.
He is. We have a lot of tournaments that we have good relationships with, and if you own the mats, it's relatively easy to be like, here, borrow 20 mats. Like that's,
Yeah.
I'm not using them this weekend.
Yeah.
And
the players are coming up anyways, so they can just bring them with them, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Any challenges that you had to deal with you guys didn't expect when you were preparing for the event?
Honestly, nothing that has been too crazy.
Printing.
Frankly.
Printing
has been
Printing packs and
Yeah.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
just
It's funny.
decided
Did you guys print it yourself or did you just pay Kinko's to do it?
I should have paid King
Because
to do it.
a long time ago I was like, I can go to work and I can do this. I'm like, I can just spend the $50 or whatever it is. I mean, it's obviously a lot more for you guys. There's a lot more packs, but you can just spend the money to do it.
We had a decision or a talk too, how much of this do we need to print nowadays?
Right.
Well, that's the thing.
So much of it is online.
We're supposed to be like that, but then I don't know. I don't know and part of it may be the app that that we don't have, the real great app to share lists and stuff.
I would say also too a little bit of just keeping a level head that through the ups and downs of running a bigger event. We know I made a little foof on the trophies a little bit this week that I had to thank you Tim Lonis and my neighbor Joe who made the other shields. But
those trophies are sweet.
They're sweet.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, I was I forgot to give a player do player's choice completely for both tournaments.
Oh.
So I was like, oh snap, I got to do this. Or people that ask questions, different things like that you're like, okay, keep a level head, just be diplomatic about some answers.
Assume positive intent, right?
Yeah, so it's just more the ups and downs of just understanding the tournament.
And that is something to be said too, just in terms of logistics, I guess, is the thinking of so many opinions coming together, right?
Yeah.
And I think we have a lot of strengths in a Masters Council that makes decisions on behalf of that Masters event.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you still need relative consensus among all of the Masters leaders, right?
What scenarios we're going to play, how many points we're going to play,
And
all the questions, all the basic questions in any TO, but you have to 8 different people,
Exactly.
right? 8 different
Yes,
regions have to
yes.
contribute to that
And
discussion.
we got to a point where we're like, what happens if it's a 4-4 tie? Who makes, who makes the call on that?
We haven't had a tie in 5 years.
Told many years ago, I forget what it was. There was a 4-4 tie where Ronnie made the call, but I can't remember what the decision was.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. I do remember.
But that definitely happened.
But
But no, I agree. It's the other piece of it is just, and this isn't anyone's fault. That's just an inherently slow process.
oh yeah,
It is.
Yep.
Right.
There's also, and we do it on Facebook, which not everybody uses, and so it's What are you guys most excited about? What are you excited about to show off about some innovation that you guys have added to this, this pageantry that we've had?
So I mean, the big innovations may be the wrong word, but we want to show off what we're excited about is the food lunches piece.
Sounds awesome. It's a different take because we've had ones that they would bring food in, catered stuff, or they would be in a venue that last year where you could just go to a place within the hotel. But this sounds like some high end food, which is.
I mean, that was the goal, right?
Yeah.
We wanted to make it.
I mean, Minnesotans like to eat, I assume.
We do, we do, and we're not doing any casseroles, which Some
Well, I was wondering about that because
Yeah.
that's the joke, right?
Yeah.
How many
we
casseroles
just do
are we gonna-
tater tot hot dish.
I hate tater tot hot dish.
Is the question. But
That's funny.
no, we just it's one of those things too where we wanted it to be if you get here, if you were willing to travel in and make the trip, then most everything that you need is taken
right
care
here.
of, right?
Yeah.
And I think we have some really cool things to show off if people get the chance to travel around. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot.
There's a lot to do in
There's a lot to
Minnesota.
do. We've had several people that get off the airport and take the shuttle straight to the Mall of America. We've had several people that are
Yeah, 'cause
going
that's
to check
not
that
too
out.
far, right?
Nope.
Right.
Yeah, it's only 10 minutes from here.
Yeah. And that's the largest mall in the United States,
Yep.
right? So, and it's got an amusement park inside, right?
Yep, exactly. There's a lot of cool state parks really near here. I know we
A lot of hiking and
several
stuff.
guys that were doing some hiking in Minnehaha.
Nobody's
Falls.
doing the zoo, are they?
I don't think so, but that's a solid point.
Yeah, we're not far from the Minnesota Zoo.
Yeah.
I think one
but
of the
I
other
don't think
advantages, though,
anybody's
you
doing
guys, it's gonna sound weird, but like we've had this all over the country, right? But Minneapolis, number one, it's easy to get to, airplane, but also you're not New York. You're not like so big.
Exactly.
I noticed two things I noticed on my way up here. Number one is I didn't realize Iowa had that many damn rivers. That was the first thing I noticed. I was like, I don't know how many bridges I crossed. But then when I got up here, I was like, oh, this feels like Wisconsin or Michigan or whatever. And it wasn't like, the traffic wasn't like, like a big city. You would think, and I'm sure we're in the suburbs, so that's part of it. If you're downtown Minneapolis, it probably is more.
I mean, we're in the suburbs, but again, we're right by the airport.
Yeah.
Right? We're not out of the city by any stretch.
No, it's been working really well, and there was that whole. Speaking of the venue and how this worked so well too, is the central location I think is huge because most places that we could have gotten for a relative reasonable cost were 40 minutes from here.
out in the
Exactly.
sticks
And
where
you're
they
like-
could afford it.
No,
Well-
no one's doing that.
It's not even the sticks. Like, this is the reason we ruled out the usual Renegade venue is because it's maybe without traffic 45 minutes from the airport.
Yeah.
It's in... it's in a
9
suburb
metro
with
area.
like
Yeah.
80,000 people
Yeah.
in that suburb. It is in the metro area, but it's still 45
Yeah,
minutes
but I mean,
from the
that's a
airport.
huge selling point that shuttle, free, bring it, like, you're really close. The airport's picking them up, and let's be frank, I don't know, what's the percentage breakdown of people driving versus flying? You have any idea?
Well, that's a good
I have no idea.
There's a bunch of regions that have just done buses.
Yeah.
Yes.
together,
Like the Mid-Atlantic did something similar, and then
South
South did it.
Yep.
So
And then
I think it's probably fairly close to 50-50,
Okay.
I would bet. Because all of Mountain, I think, drove. Almost all of Mid-Atlantic.
The
was on
Colorado
the
guys
bus.
drove?
The Colorado guys.
Tyler.
That's a good
Okay.
point.
Tyler
Yep,
flew,
they
yeah.
flew in. Yep.
Northeast mainly flew. I don't think anyone.
And then Pacific Northwest, the one, and
assume
West, they all
them were
flew.
here.
they all flew in.
Yeah.
And then
They're
Sam Moore also from
Midwest.
Ohio.
Oh, that was funny.
Playing
I
for
heard about that
Northeast.
today.
He literally was doing a family trip out in Seattle, and they're driving back to Ohio.
You are kidding me.
Nope. So him and his wife did a trip together to sightsee and do different
Yeah.
things. So
Are they stopping here for the event?
Yep.
And she's stuck here too?
yeah, they went to the mall. They've been,
Okay,
they've been
okay.
out-
Well, we were talking about Mall of America while you stepped away. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's it's got to be a great destination.
Well, luckily, once again, I had to step away, and that's the IT guy here at school. So getting us access for the live stream for the
Yeah.
and he's a friend of mine. I hang out with him all the time, and he just
That's awesome.
I'm gonna show up and help you guys out.
Yeah, you can tell the real family community. Well, that's awesome. Is there anything else you guys want to chat about?
Nope. I think these guys are ready for
Finally
dinner.
get to meet you in person.
Yeah. I think I want to chat about dinner. So
You want to chat about dinner? Well, great. I appreciate you guys taking the time. It's
All
been a
right.
great show so far, and we haven't even really started. Thanks, guys.
all right, thanks.
Back at U.S. Masters in Minneapolis in 2026. We finished round one. We got the two gentlemen that fought on the live stream, and we are excited about chatting with these two guys because it was an interesting game.
It was a great game.
Talked to you guys both last night, and I don't know if you were downplaying it, Kyle, but you're like, oh well, he's got the tools to really do what he needs to do to.
I was
to
not
get me.
downplaying it.
Yeah, okay. And I think also, I think Corey was like, yeah, it's going to be a good matchup. There's a lot of unit strength on the table, a lot of units, but Kyle, you have the more drops.
Yes.
So we're playing push. And for those that haven't watched it, I would recommend hitting over to the live stream from the U.S. Masters. You'll see the game. You'll hear the commentary from myself and from Matt Carmack. But you guys deployed kind of what we thought. The general toilet bowl kind of thing,
the
right?
swirl. The
Right,
swirl
so
was
you got,
eminent from the beginning.
So you're basically playing for the, in some ways you're playing for the center token, right? But let's just start there. We'll start with Kyle. What were your thoughts going into the game and how you were going to deploy and how you're going to play against his army? Because as you said last night, you don't mind Ratkin, but you don't have the right typical goblin list to really do damage to the
I have an
Ratkin.
atypical goblin list, and he has an atypical rat list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind regular rats. I don't mind regular rats at all, actually. What I don't like is shredders and a demon. And he had shredders and a demon.
Well,
So-
and I would say that was the ace in the hole that Corey played the whole game to kind of dictate things.
Yeah. So he won board edge. He took the correct board edge. After that, I basically assumed, and it's going to shock people to know at this level, you can usually predict what the other guy's going to do to a degree. I was like, I bet he puts a bunch of guns there. Here's just a little keep you honest drop, and then I'm just not going to go over there.
Right.
And I gave him just enough keep you honest drops. But my left, his right, I threw like the least amount of units I thought he would have to respect, and then just shoved everything from the middle to the right on, and let him shoot rabble the entire game.
Right.
Pretty much.
And
it
the three
went-
shutters did.
Yes.
I mean, that's what they did. Right?
They did.
And my shooting did what it was supposed to do.
Right.
Turns 4, 5, and 6.
Kyle
fine.
hit his shooting well, right? Which
Yeah.
he was supposed to.
But you did get the cheeky blizzard wizard right. Got
You got it
But you
early.
can't-
wavered
you
a
can't
couple
hide it.
times.
Right.
You can't hide it, so you just
Yeah.
take the comeuppance. But effectively, he deployed about how I thought. I deployed about how he thought. So it meant we both have to play our game plan and just hope that our
Right.
game plan was correct.
Right.
He
And
did a good job.
I felt very confident about getting the center token because that woods in the middle was big, actually. So it gives me some cover. I can start hiding behind it, and Kyle can't fight through me in the middle. And so I was like, I'm going to get the center token. I felt pretty good about that. What I didn't feel good about was Blizzard taking out Scud over and over again.
Well, and as you said, Kyle, you kind of had the center of most of your force to the right, all three tokens on units on
Yeah.
the right, and you flip side, you had it on your right.
Yep.
But what was interesting, you had 2 tokens on one of the units. Right?
Yes.
What was the strategy there?
So I was playing, I don't need to commit 2 units. I'll get them across the board. And I was planning on either flying Scud back, which is what I did, or walking one of the shredders, taking a couple turns to walk one of the shredders over and claim it late, right?
Yeah.
Because I only needed 3 turns to do that. So I felt good about being able to claim all 3 tokens and seeing the resistance Kyle put over there. I was like, okay, I can go up there, drop a token on the midline, and then get it late game.
Much the same on my side. I had 2 on the Rabble Regiment, 1 on the Mincer. As we walk up, it's pretty clear the Rabble Regiment's going to be fine, and it just goes, which 3 scoring units am I going to not fight with?
Right. And my goal on the left with Kyle was to say, I'm going to actually pull all my stuff back and make you spend more time fighting over there so you can't bring anything back to the middle.
He stalled, and my thought for stalling on the left worked. Stall Scud. Because Scud can't disrespect a flank or rear from Rabble. I won't kill him, but I can stick him in place and
Right.
really pinch him.
And that's the thing. You can't have him stuck. So me keeping him where he was, able to threaten the middle, was the whole key.
So we both slowed each other's speed down enough where the speed still dictated the game, but it didn't actually do a lot.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
Scud didn't do a lot, but he did. And then my
Well, he keeps you from going into the woods,
Yeah,
right?
and my
you
cap
start
still
piling
does-
your trombones into the woods and start
And you're dead.
spewing. And I was like, if you want to do that, Scud's
Yep.
going to take them. So
and my cavalry decided we weren't going to have a fight in the middle, so it just sort of broke the flank and said, all right,
Yep.
here's our 3 tokens. I'm happy.
yeah, and all my wretches on the left and center, they were getting plague pots. So it took Kyle a while to grind through them, which was
Yep.
good.
I think the game kind of for us, or for me watching it, it really picked up pace when Corey moved the Wretch unit in the middle, got that center token, right? Okay, I'm like, okay, now the battle has been enjoined. Like we're ready to roll now. And then
yeah.
you went into combat with it.
Yep.
He
Withdrew.
withdrew the whole.
And it did the big bounce, right? Because
Right.
it was the angle took me through Kryza, took me through a shock horde, and
Exactly.
then all 4 war machines, and boom. So it redeployed to that far
And then you were
right
able
flank.
to pick up the token with Kryza,
Yes.
which was amazing.
Yes.
Right? And then the next thing that was like interesting to me, because at this point you kind of have all your tokens in the corners and things are looking good. Now you still have to get another unit over there. You haven't done that yet.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, that's playing out. But this middle token is the one that's going to be the swing. You have Kryza in the middle, and you choose to send Scud into the combat because somebody actually charged Kryza, right?
Correct.
And
Yep,
you're
he had
like,
him with
and so
a
we had a
little
big
unit.
We had a big debate. Matt was of the opinion that, have Kryza hold, keep her in position, bring Scud in so you don't slide over.
Mm-hmm.
But you actually did the charge to actually do the dance to give him the token. Like,
Yep.
swept the token from, which I didn't see coming. Now I was like, oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, because I wanted to give it to something, and then my end goal was to get the shock horde up to eventually take it, and then fly Scud out of there. So I wanted Scud to be the one to drop it.
And then we kind of easily predicted if the shooting went off, you're going to drop the token.
Yes.
And you're going to fly Scud over to do what he was originally intended to do, I guess.
Right, to get back there.
To get that third token. And then the Maelstrom happens. The right for you kind of collapses around. You actually do make something, and your shock troops and your Wretch Horde over there, they're ready to roll.
Yes.
Right?
They're unbothered by anything.
They're like, carry on.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys were pressed on time a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We did a lot of talking. We're just...
A lot of talking plus stream table, and we both agree.
A lot of bathroom breaks.
Yeah.
A lot of sweatiness, right?
Time,
Yeah.
we think. But
So, I don't know, just the flow of the game, how did you feel it was going?
flow of the game went great. Basically, the two like big linchpin moments in our game from the Goblin standpoint was I did not waver Scud in shooting.
Correct.
Which realistically I shouldn't have, but I got lucky in the beginning, so there was a shot.
Yeah,
where,
yeah.
like,
He put 10 wounds on him. I was like, ooh, that's
8 wounds,
sketchy.
8 hits with Blizzard, no wounds. That was a rough roll.
Yeah.
Because if you spike it once, you want to believe.
Yeah.
But so not wavering him, let him flee. Because if he's wavered, that whole game becomes I'm not happy in the middle.
Yeah.
And then the Blizzard bothering Scud to the point where Grony needs a single wound hindered. And obviously, I could have also shot him off if that didn't happen. But there were two big swings, one of them in my favor, one of them in Corey's favor. And then obviously on turn 7, Corey just like houses the board to be.
Yeah, right. And so, Kyle, when I fled that or withdrew that slave unit, that wretch unit, right?
Yeah.
Kyle now has choices, right? Because he's like, okay, now you have a slave horde on the far side of the board. Grony's original intent was obviously to go and hit shredders.
Shredders,
boom, boom,
yeah.
boom, boom. I was like, well, now you have to
we're
stop
joining you
that slave.
So your shredders are going to be immune. They're just going to keep rolling and
Yep.
shooting.
And so he had to move over to engage that wretch horde
Or to
to keep
chase
it from
the-
going to get
To the third token.
Yeah, because
Sorry.
I was like, well, now I have another option to go get that third token. And I don't have to commit. I don't have to flee with Scud if that happens.
The other thing it does is it prevents Grony from going, that's a combat we might win. Let's make it a combat we should win.
Right.
Because
He's playing scenario protector
yeah,
instead.
Grony is now 1v5 on the flank, and he's just trying to be obnoxious.
Invade is the next scenario.
An interesting matchup for me.
I'm loving it.
But
Yeah.
no, so the game, the joke me and Corey made for the first 4 turns is I already know what you're doing. I'm going to go pee, and when I come
Yeah.
back, I bet it'll look like what I think.
Yep.
And it
was,
looks like what I
right?
think.
We were both like, take your break, go ahead. I know what you're doing. It's fine.
So you drop the token with Scud because you're beat up. You do what you need to do, which is get over there.
Yeah, pick it up
And
with
we're
I pick it up with the shock
And we're
horde.
like, and actually, were you farther away from the other token that was a little farther north?
Yeah, so I had to drop it with the slave, with
Yep.
the wretch horde, drop that, and go pick it up, and then back up that
it.
wretch horde to pick up the third one.
Got it.
So I had all 3 over there.
And at
We
the
danced
end,
a lot.
the question that we had was, okay, so you have Grony Stark sitting there, and you have Scud sitting there, and at that point, how much damage was on Scud?
He had 10 wounds.
10 wounds.
Scud-
Or no,
No, Scud
you
was at 16 at the end of the game.
After I fled him, you hit him with Blizzard, and you got all 4 hits. You did 6 more wounds to him.
He was at 16 wounds?
He was at 16
So you're
wounds.
like, that's
so he's in danger
precarious.
zone.
So we were wondering, so we thought what you were going to do was you have a wretch horde, you could have refaced, or I guess reform. What do they call it now? It's 4th edition. Change facing? I don't know.
Change facing and backed up.
There you go.
Yeah.
And basically, if he's in the front, you could have made it impossible for Grony to fit in the front.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, I guess
then
at
try
that
to
point,
Blizzard off
it all
instead.
comes down to the center token.
Right.
Right?
And so my thinking there is,
Yeah.
like, I was actually playing that Scud's going to die because he still had the Blizzard wizard over there.
Okay, good
so
point.
He's close enough that he could probably get him up to devastated and kill him. So I'm playing to say, all right, I want one wretch horde to either way, because I had the other wretch horde that had fled earlier in the game. That was over there in a position to come claim one of those tokens if I drop it with Scud.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to position both wretch hordes to be able, and Grony couldn't stop them both. He
If
can only get one or
went
the
with
other.
One, I could stop it.
Right.
Yeah.
With 2, there's no scenario I can stop it, even if I live. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was also the right call. 'Cause
So
in my
I
head,
guess
I'm like,
what
Blizzard
you're
killed
thinking is, why bother protecting Scud? Because if
Yep.
you don't, Grony's going to get him.
Correct.
Or better yet, you just leave him open, and if he still sends Grony in there, either way, he's going to get him with a Blizzard Wizard or Grony.
Exactly.
And doesn't, doesn't
I'm,
really matter.
I'm playing turn 7. I'm going to pick up this token no matter what.
Got it.
And
And it's
take
game.
It. Yep.
We don't even need to play my turn.
Right, because there's nothing he can do about it at that point.
And what was the final? So how token-wise?
5-6. So I still had the center token, which I felt great about. But Kyle shooting in the middle was peeling wounds off of that shock troop horde. So I had to take my shredders up and run up.
And you gave the shredder one of the
I
tokens.
took one of the shredder and hit him kind of in a vacuum behind the shock horde and in between a bunch of other shredders to protect.
So you had 2 tokens on his side
and one on my side
and one on your side.
I couldn't push up because the shooting battery.
And you had
Kyle was
all
doing work.
3 of yours over the side.
And
so
that's the
5 to
trade-off
6
in our shooting. His shooting's very effective turns 1 through 4.
Yep.
Yes.
They
were just
starts on turn 4.
hammering rabble, and it was like it was just a matter of time before. I felt like it sort of made at some point. There was a point where I could just see Kyle going, "We're going in."
He did.
Like,
well, he had to, right? Because at that point, I had the center token, and so
basically, when
if you don't
Corey
do anything,
decided,
you're going to lose.
Well, in my mind, if Corey doesn't go for the token, I have no reason to take a risk.
Yeah.
I can just sit there and let him batter on useless units the whole game. As soon as he touched the token, I have to take a risk, or he runs away and I lose the game and I never get it back.
Right.
But he also knew that. He's like, all right, I need enough units in place
to set up and contest it late.
Because he has to constantly set up token transfers.
Yeah.
Or
Because Kyle's shooting is going to peel things off, right? It's going to get through
kill
it.
things in the middle.
Right.
Yeah, because you have Blood Boil, Alchemist Curse, Blizzard,
War
Three trombones. Yeah.
And a random blaster grenade.
Yeah, which was effective, right?
Oh,
No,
not.
it definitely missed.
No.
Plague pods.
Scored 2 points.
So that's the only thing bad about the stream is like we couldn't really see the dice, so we were waiting to see we were kind of like going, oh, Corey's putting 2 dice down for damage. They must have did pretty good there. We couldn't read the dice.
Yeah, right. Because I was using 12 mils for the damage recording too.
We got with the stream. They're going to change how the dice are set, so they're easier to see for both you guys.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Going forward, we're
very good.
We changed.
It was a great game though.
Yeah, it was an awesome game.
It was
totally.
and you guys
Years, by the
finished.
way.
We did finish.
You didn't have a turn 7.
I think we started turn 5 with like 10, 11, 12 minutes,
Well,
something
one
like
point
that.
I looked at Matt and there's 8 minutes left. I said, I don't know if they're going to get through. We'll see.
And so we were hustling.
Yeah.
It was good.
We hustle. But no, it was a blast, and I do think we're being abandoned by the community now.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
Good
Rob.
luck in the next round. We're closing down day 1 after U.S. Masters here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm with the TO Triumvirate. What's your moniker? You guys got a name?
No, but I really like Triumvirate.
All right, we're going with Triumvirate.
Okay. So we've got Jason Burr, and we've got Kyle Peach, and we got Connor Murphy. How's the day been going, just general? It seems like it's been going, from my perspective, good, but you guys are on the inside.
Yeah, it feels pretty smooth to us.
Real smooth.
Yeah, I mean, food was on time. Food was
on time, but it was on point, right?
It's good to hear.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll let other people have that judgment.
No, it was good. It was good. Yeah, it was really good.
But I mean, we got done. Most people were done earlier for our schedule, which is like we said from the get-go. We want things to be smooth and convenient and on time.
Yeah.
Round 2, we had 64 scores submitted before the round time ended.
That's pretty sweet. And you guys use the Mike Atkins style Google Sheets, right? And you got barcodes or QR codes around the room and stuff. That's any Luddites out here having problems with filling out scores? Seems like you guys are.
I mean, there's always entry errors, but
Most of those, though, are I selected the wrong drop down from the name from the drop down, and one of the nice thing is, even if someone makes an entry wrong, it's very easy to go.
You guys are looking at it too,
quick.
right? You guys
Yes.
are kind of reviewing them, just seeing.
And people are very open. Like when they do make a mistake, it's not like they
weren't doing it intentionally.
No, and like they come over and tell you right away versus us trying to have to find it.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, let me phrase it. They try and find it.
yeah, but I'm like towards the end of the round, I'm just watching as they come
Roll in.
and like I'm just going over and being like, hey, was this supposed to be an 1185 or 1885?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
That was, I forget who it was, but that was one.
1885 is a lot. That's a lot of. Yeah.
There are some out there.
Is there really? Well, I was going to ask you guys. One of the things I noticed is that the scores are a little compressed, and there's not a lot of blackjacks.
Right.
I mean, you got a guy leading after day 1, Jeff Shookin, with 54 points.
I
Right, that's not as that's not what a 63.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Yep.
But there's a lot of people right behind him.
Well, there's
I don't
actually
know.
2 54s.
Yeah, and I don't know that we've actually had.
Sam-Kula is also at 54.
Yeah, you know what's interesting too? Are you guys home cooking? Because you got one person, Jeff Shookin, second place is Sam-Kula. Sean Troy is sitting in 6th. Those are all 3-0.
I mean,
what's going on with Midwest, man?
They
cook better at home?
when we can bring our whole team, we can be pretty good. We proved that down in Omaha as well.
But Jeff always travels. I guess Sam's a new guy.
Sam's new, and then Sean
But
does
Sean
not
does not
show up.
travel. Yeah.
Yep.
And you got other people. I mean, even Cyle-Pool's at 2-1. So is this their year? Or your year, I should say?
I mean, we've already won it once.
We already
so
won
it's
Omaha.
a year again,
Would you
mean?
win it in Omaha?
Omaha.
Okay.
So
Interesting. I'm just trying to think, so do you only win at events that hold places in high schools?
That's the current
There
common.
you go.
I mean, why do you think we picked this place?
Okay. Yeah, a little home cooking.
You know, I will say it's been lovely to have a scoreboard as a buzzer. That really lets people know.
Actually, the first time I heard it, I was like, okay. I said, I hope they're going to use it, and they sure did.
Absolutely.
The basketball guy, of course, right? Has to use the basketball.
I mean, it's an easy, instead of us yelling, it's just, hey, buzzer goes off, dice down. It's a very simple concept that the simpler in a big group, the better.
100%.
It
We've had a lot
stopped
of
me from yelling.
Well aware.
We have had a couple players that were like, I'm actually really thankful for that because there's no arguing.
No, you
Like,
can just
if you're
look
at
up
your
and you can see how much time's left.
Right.
You know, you're at your
Yeah,
table,
no.
you're like, oh yeah, nope, this is it. Put my
Yeah.
dice down.
And now you guys just scheduled it so that there's a slight stagger between Masters and Best of the Rest.
We did a 30-minute stagger. In practice, we're realizing it didn't need to be that long. Like, I think Best of the Rest round 3 started, I want to say it was like
15.
11 minutes after Masters. I was over there with the pairings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think the biggest thing that we were just making sure of is us three running both. That's a lot of people for a tournament, or 2 tournaments. And we just wanted to make sure we had enough time, especially for these 2, because obviously I'm not doing anything with the scores or matchups. Having them have.
They probably didn't want you to touch this.
No, they don't. No, they don't. But just them having the time and the buffer, because we can always start early.
Yep.
Starting early is never a problem. It's the starting in the late that is always bad.
And you guys haven't started late the whole day.
No.
And it's going to continue. It's going to continue today too, I assume. So.
Ideally, knock on wood.
Fingers crossed.
Any takeaways from the event? Anything unexpected?
I mean, I honestly, sitting there looking at round 3, I'm like, there are so many good matchups going on right now that I'm like, I don't know what.
Sam-Kula and Alex Chavez on the cast was on the stream was amazing.
Keith Randall versus Travis-Timm. You have Andy-Patton versus Tyler after Tyler just beat Trowbridge. Trowbridge versus Ray Shields. I'm like, you had a who's who of matchups, and you're like, I don't know where I want to stand and watch.
Nope.
And
So
or
there's
move.
you only got 2 feet. You can only stand by a table, and then
And-
they're spread out.
We actually had a lot of questions round 3 on like
Yeah.
rules questions that were that's actually a really good question. Let's the 3 of us are gonna have to come together and read the rules and.
Yeah, I was wondering that about 4th edition being new. Is there people asking more questions?
Yeah, I think our first 2 rounds we didn't have as many as maybe the 3rd round where I think we had some fairly unique situations.
Is that because you guys are playing bluff tokens and we haven't played bluff
I
tokens
wonder
before?
if some of it was scenario. Right?
yeah.
Like,
yeah, maybe,
you
but
know.
also, like, I'm thinking about what the questions were. Some of the most common topics have been a lot of people just need reminders that the overrunning into a new combat now keys off of yielding as opposed to something else. I had one person ask if it was all individuals. I had another person ask if it was a champion warlord thing. But other than that, the main category has been things around that reform order in combat in
Yeah.
the movement phase.
Yep.
Yeah, it is still tricky for me. So I can
Oh, yeah.
imagine
Yep.
for everybody, it's still learning.
And at the end of the day, I mean, we have some players who didn't play a bunch of 4th edition coming
Exactly.
in, so it's like they're still. I mean,
Keith Randall will be one.
he would be one. I mean,
And-
but like they got a couple of games in on Friday
Yep.
or yesterday, and
Yeah.
it's like, all right, cool, let's roll with it. And
Well, and elves are still good. Let's be honest.
I mean, ask Travis-Timm about that one.
Yeah. Well, they're not good against Travis.
Correct.
Well, guys, anything else to take away? You guys got? I mean, you guys done a great job today. I mean, it's been amazing.
I think one hiccup I haven't been thrilled about is, like, we know there's a lot of mercs this year, and that led to
People playing people that were down the street from them because they're a merc for another region.
Yeah.
And that's nothing
Yeah.
you can do. There's nothing you can do about it.
There were within the Midwest some matchups I was not happy about because of that, but that's the reality of
Well, most of the mercs are from the Midwest because you had a higher percentage of mercs from the Midwest and Best of the Rest, right? So, I mean, it's just sort of the nature of the beast, right?
Yep.
And
No.
you had Grace and, Grace Patterson played
Steve.
That was one
Malone,
in
which is
particular,
hilarious
I was
because they're obviously,
They traveled together.
they travel together and, and one of them is going to be unhappy.
It ended up being a draw, which
Even better. So that's
like,
maybe it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
so. I mean, like I said, I think that would be the one thing that we were like having a lot of
Yeah.
conversations between the 3 of us. But for the most part, we've been, like I said, great matchups.
Yeah.
A lot of people seem like they're having fun. There's a lot of space, free movement, a lot of
think we've had
conversations.
3 really great games on the stream too, which is always great. I'm excited to see where we.
Yeah, what are we doing tomorrow? Obviously, you have a game 4 that'll still have immunity.
Yep.
Are we getting top table tomorrow? Or
no, talk to Matt about
No,
it.
Matt
It'll
talked
be-
to
Matt's
us.
gonna pick it.
Matt did talk to us. He said the first one Matt's going to pick, and then it's top table the last 2.
Got it.
All right.
Yep.
Well, Matt has access to the matchup, so he'll let us know in the
Exactly.
morning.
Correct.
shout out all your other people that aren't here, right? There's a lot of people that make this happen, and I know Jason's pulled a lot of favors.
Yeah, a lot of brownie.
He's depleted the bank, so I mean,
Jason's family.
Yeah, I mean, my wife, my buddy.
What's your wife's name?
Allison, Julie, Troy came up. Even like some of the guys here, like Tyler hopped back and was like cutting up pineapple. Travis is helping put stuff in and out, like when things were running.
Chris Kapsner was here.
Chris Kapsner. Chris Kapsner doing paint judging. Mark and then Kelsey. I mean, those three.
Mark Rupp.
Mark Rupp. Yep. And then Kelsey, and they were here all day doing the paint judging.
So
even Mark, like, couldn't spend more time here, so he took pictures and was going back and doing stuff from home.
Now, is he from here?
Yeah, he is. He's the one that actually got me into Kings.
Interesting.
And he's a Omni gamer, really good gamer. But
he's got an incredible 15
mil.
Yeah.
He was at Adepticon.
He was at Adepticon last year.
Yeah.
He's the year before. Yeah, it was a really great army.
He's also like a traditional medium artist. Like you can like buy prints of his paintings.
Yeah, very well done.
That's awesome. Anybody you guys want to shout out?
I mean, Kelsey of Dwarven Axe has been super helpful. Dwarven Axe is a relatively local painting competition, but across just all gaming systems. They're at most of our big events now. So Renegade and Excalibur-Con are the two bigger ones, but I don't know how they do it. Renegade, I think they judge.
She was saying 8 game systems?
8 game systems and like 15 events within those 8 game systems in one weekend.
On top of their own competition during it.
And we'll shout out Matt Carmack, obviously, came up and he's been live streaming the whole weekend, so that's been good. He's been 3 more games today. And you got to have a very broad depth of knowledge to be able to talk about every army and every
impressive.
Player, and then and then you have to run around. And what is that difficult terrain? Because from the camera, you don't always know, and you got is that a warlock or is that Grakamak? I don't know. So.
I will say this: having that live stream inside and with a closed door where there aren't people hovering, there isn't background.
The table one is or whatever streaming is. It's a nice game
by itself across the hall in its own area, which I think has turned out real good because the players, you already get stressed enough being on live stream that when it's no one hovering, especially I would imagine tomorrow it's going to be even bigger with top tables.
Yeah. No, I know you guys aren't homers, but predictions? They're not going to hear it until after this, but predictions? Is Midwest going to take it home?
I think so. I think this is our year.
See, I see Kyle's not sure.
Travis is doing real well.
Yep.
That's true.
Sam, I picked Sam on the live stream as my dark horse. Yep. I think Sam reminds me of a newer Adam, the way he thinks about the game. They have the conversations. They have good conversations. He's a ton of fun though too. Like he's over here, he'll be in a game and all of a sudden he's walking away, coming back, but paying attention at the same time. So it's not like it's a bad game to play against him. But he is a ton of fun. Watching him and Mark Cox's game round 2 was awesome.
Well, I think tomorrow morning, the fourth game is going to be really
big.
Because you've got some heavy hitters banging. Yep. I assume Andy-Patton will probably play Jeff Shulkin and Travis, because just the way the immunity works, you got to figure it out.
Right. The other weird immunity thing is, let's say both Jeff and Sam win their next games, there's a very high chance. They almost certainly then play each other round 5.
Right, and that always the cannibalism at the end.
Yes.
From even back in Nashville in 2017, that round 5. Okay. Southeast or whatever region is going to start eating each other.
Yep.
Well, there's also a couple of interesting names hovering right below that I'm like...
There's a lot of people 2 and 1 too can totally bounce in.
And not bad losses either.
No.
So it's like, who was it? Billy was saying he's 1 and 2 and he's still got he's gotten double digits on almost every single the 2 draws, and his loss was not bad either. So he's like... I mean, he's at 30-something, and you have a couple of blackjacks that can get big real quick.
And 6 games is a whole different bear, right? Like, you're going to end up seeing some high...
You got to play the fourth quarter, right? You're going to have to play it all the way to the end.
That's actually been an interesting conversation because a couple of people have brought it up, like why the 3 and 3 versus the 4 and 2, and it's like, well, they love the 3 and 3 brain power wise, but some people want to get on the road earlier on Sunday, so it's like, I think... Most people have favored the 3 and 3 though over the 4 and 2.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think there might be room to. I mean, this is a much bigger discussion, but there might be room to have let's look back and see how important has round 6 been. Like that, honestly, maybe we should talk about can we get away with this being a 5-round event? But again, that is a big conversation that I'm not about to start.
Yeah.
Which you just did.
You just did.
Yeah,
but it's something that we can get the guys like Data and Dice, and there's other real stat-driven people that could probably tackle that and look at it.
It would also be interesting to see just how many of this is our 10th master? Yeah, so how many of those have been 4 and 2 and how many of them have been 3 and 3? I have not done the
Well, they were probably mostly 4-2 in the beginning.
Yeah.
And at some point, somebody said, man, we're traveling. A lot of people are flying. It probably makes sense to make 3-3. So, but I think we made a concerted effort to keep it 3-3 the last few
The last
years.
couple.
Yeah.
The last few. So it would be interesting. I mean, 64 players, 6 games usually lets you resolve it correctly, right?
Right.
But you could resolve it with 5 if things
Yeah.
worked out. But like in the scenario, with the scores today, I don't think it does.
Nope.
I think you're going to need the 6th game tomorrow. So,
We'll see.
And
We'll see. I mean, the other option is you go like Australia. They I think some of their events they'll play a game on Friday night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right now that's a whole other area, but you play 1-3-2.
Yep.
So
Yep, I think that's definitely worth looking into, but it really depends on how people are getting in Friday. And the other reality that we would have had to consider is, what time did we have the venue ready to go Friday? Like, could we have
you
gotten
guys were
ready?
open because I've been texting this guy Jason. Obviously, he's like, "Oh, we'll be there from 7 to 8." When I got here at noon, the tables are all up.
Yeah.
You're already putting terrain out.
Yeah, we probably could have had a game going by 3, no problem.
I'm going to shout out the Mid-Atlantic guys because they showed up right behind me within like a half an hour,
And they were ready to roll.
and they came in and were moving stuff. I'm like,
Yep.
okay, I guess we're going to have stuff up a lot.
They want to play.
Yeah, well,
Dude's got to get like 4 or 5 games in on Friday.
yeah. So I mean that's
I left to go get my terrain totes, and it was a half-hour round trip.
Yeah.
And I came back, and they were already all set up, and I was like, oh, well, now.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'd be remiss if we didn't mention Best of the Rest, though. Good turnout for that.
Yep.
18.
Obviously, you cannibalize some to
Right.
go to the Masters,
I mean-
but the guys seem like they're having a good time. Now, my one disappointment is I haven't heard Patrick Brindleson raise.
he was allowed.
Was he loud? Because I did not hear it.
He hasn't done the.
He hasn't done the wah. He hasn't done the orc thing. He's playing orcs. Like I told him several times that I'm
have to
expecting
remind
it.
him.
I have been, but he is not taking the bait.
Yep.
Maybe he's saving it for like
Yeah,
round
Sunday,
5.
yeah.
Because they're not playing 5 in
They're playing 5, they're not playing 6.
they're not playing 6. Right? So they're playing 5.
I
Yeah.
think he's top table, though, tomorrow.
He's second, I think, in points.
Yeah, so-
I think
Just have
Caleb.
the scores up,
Caleb's
so-
first.
Caleb's
Yeah,
first.
I think it'll be Caleb and Pat.
Oh, I may have to
Maybe
watch
that's
that
a
game.
good
That could be a
game.
fun
That'll be
one.
a fun one.
Yeah, we got to get him to come to more events.
Yep.
There's a lot of guys.
He's
like
been
that.
coming to more and more, I want to say. Like, I mean,
Sure.
we had a one day up in Duluth he was at Bug Eater. A lot of it's, he travels with Sean a lot.
Yeah.
'Cause
And I understand too. He runs a store, so
Yes.
Yeah, there's that.
there's a commitment there that comes with that.
which I'm going to thank him for bringing all the paint stuff, too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That was from his
That's
from
the
his
source,
store.
right?
The source.
Here in Minneapolis.
Yep, the source games here in Roseville,
Roseville. So
Which is
just north of St. Paul.
15, 20 minutes
Yeah.
from here, probably.
awesome, guys. I appreciate the time. I know we got stuff to do. We're gonna go eat. We're gonna go play some games and probably intoxicate ourselves. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never drink.
Yeah.
Never ever.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, thanks.
We're back again after round 3. We're finally catching up with Travis.
What's up, brother?
Tim, you got to be the Goblin King now, right?
No. We'll let Kyle,
Hold the title for-
we'll let him hold it
for one more day?
We'll let him hold it. If I haven't won anything of note, doesn't matter.
All right. Well, you're playing the Goblins, and you're playing the new Boogeyman, I guess.
I guess you could call it that. I mean, it's still my old play, right? It's
Well,
still-
here's the thing. You're not a
the most-
bandwagon guy because you've been playing Goblins since they weren't good.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Right. So it's like, you. It's not like you just jumped onto it.
Like what? How many masters we got now? We're at 9, 10. This is
10, right?
This
Because
is 10,
this
right?
is every region's hosted, and 2
And then we had
regions
2
have hosted
regions.
twice.
Yeah.
Midwest and South have
Yep.
hosted twice. So this is number 10.
Yeah, and I've taken goblins every year except the first 2. So
Yeah. So they all know about your list. They've seen the matchup guests. But how's your day been going?
good as usual. It's just a bunch of hanging out and fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who'd you play in the first round?
Round 1, I got Waltzer, Corey.
Corey, yeah, for the Northeast.
Northeast,
He
yep.
was playing Nature, right?
Nature, yep. It was a good game. It's a close game. We basically both played scenario, basically, so.
Did you? I mean, it's push, right?
Yeah, it's
was
push.
it toilet bowl or what?
No, it's hard to do a toilet bowl when I got 28 drops.
So you're just, yeah.
I'm trying to slow him down, but yeah, he's forced in one corner. And
Did it end up, though, revolving around the center token?
Yeah, ultimately I got the center, and then it was, could I stop him from getting any more tokens over? So
Yeah. So it was a good win.
So it was a small win. It was 15.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I got.
So attrition wasn't as big, or what?
No, it was. I got what, 1,500, 1,400 attrition. And he got about 800. So +1.
Right.
It's kind of. How blackjack works is pretty hard to get.
Well, it's 14 from the scenario and 7
know.
points from the attrition, right? Is that how it works?
No, so it's 14 for the win-loss, and then you have your scenario points, which is 4 of them.
So, like,
and then
you go up to
attrition
18?
is 3.
3. Okay. So
So yeah, and the spreads are with the how it's spread out for the numbers, it's pretty hard to get 21.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to table them and get everything. So I think after round 1 we had, I don't know, 4 games that tied.
Yeah, but that's but if you're going to win, a smaller win is probably a better move out of game 1. Because the rest of the tournament, you're potentially
Corey bounced back. He's got 2 more wins that are
Corey Walzer?
Yeah, so like he's back up there anyways.
So he's thanking you because you're letting them.
We both knew going in. Nature's hard to deal with. So.
And then what'd you do in game 2? Who'd you play?
Game 2 we had invade against James-Taylor,
like the singer from the Reno area. He's a brand new. So we interviewed him a long time last year. Brand new, was playing best of the rest.
Yeah,
and then we went to Comic Kingdom, which is their store, I think.
Okay,
yep. We got to meet him, and it was like he was new, and he had a learning experience last year in best of the rest, and he's taken that on, and he's made the team, and I don't know who he played in the first round, but he must have won.
He got to win.
And so so his booby prize was to play Travis-Timm.
Yeah, and I mean he went and asked Adam, how do you play against the list? Everyone, Nick, I played Nick, played Blake. Everyone from that area, we all know each other at this point. So they were giving him little pointers and tips and talking it out, and saying it would be a good game. You learn a lot, and I got a 20-point win in that one. It was invade, so elves versus goblins and invade's kind of tough. Forces him to come into me, and that's what he had to do. And
his price for losing to you was to play Kyle Pool.
And then I was just gonna say, didn't he have to go against Pool the next round?
So you're like goblin. It's like, oh
yeah. And I think I don't remember. Did he come over and talk about that game? Because
we haven't yet, but we will.
I kind of walked by and I was like, dang, everything's dead.
Yeah.
Him and Pool just.
Well, he killed a lot of Kyle's stuff.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and when I looked, it was all like trombones and arrows
left alive.
And then there was 3 units of elves. That guy's moved a long way.
And I mean, obviously, if he played me. Kyle's list a little different, but like same ideas. So.
And then
I had to play Randall last game. Keith Randall with his elves.
Did you send him to the bottom of the tank?
No, it was turn 6. I had a 20-point win, but we went 7, and he had bottom of turn, so he ended up getting a 2-point token back from me, and then canceling out the middle 2-point token that I had placed. So that.
But in the grand scheme of things, the odds are in your favor if you just win all your games.
As long as you win, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've only had one time where somebody's had a loss.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
that would have been
one master,
Keith, right?
Yep. Keith Conroy. He lost to me.
Yeah.
And he beat me by 1 point in battle to get masters. Yep.
Yeah. So what are you looking? Where are you sitting at in points?
50 points.
So you're close. You're at the top.
I'm up there.
Now, who's in top right now? Shilkin?
I think Jeff and Andy are in top. 54 each, I believe. Andy just joining us.
Yeah, Andy's at 52.
52. Okay, so it's 54. Oh, Sam-Kula jumped into 54 as well, but they can't play each other. So
yeah, because Sam-Kula must beat Alex in the third round.
And he must have had a big win then.
Yeah, I think.
Well, he was tied for third, so he wasn't that far
Sam
behind.
Was tied.
Yeah, so Sam and Alex were at 36 along with one other player, and then Jonathan Neeson and Jeff Shilkin, I think, were higher.
Yeah. Okay, so
I think I'm playing
a close game too
tomorrow. And I think you're playing Sam.
Yeah, it should if they go in the right order, because right now we got immunity for 4 rounds. So
who's the top dog right now? Is it Shilkin?
Shilkin.
So Shilkin and Sam are tied.
But they can't play.
But they can't play.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're going to get
Both
Shilkin?
from the Midwest.
And you're going to get Sam?
And then I'll get Sam, yep. Who's playing.
Is that what you want?
I mean, I'll play anybody, so.
Yep, that's right.
I haven't got to play Andy yet. I haven't got
to. You played Shilkin? You played Shilkin
before,
Shilkin
right? Plenty
Yeah,
of
I played
times.
him at Adepticon.
Yeah.
So.
It'll be a hell of a game.
And I haven't got to play Sam.
I don't know who they're going to stream tomorrow. I don't know if they'll do top table, if they'll do. I don't know. This really isn't a top table because we're not there yet, right, with the immunity.
True. Yeah, they might not do top table for the first game tomorrow since we got 2 more games after that. But
I hope they do.
But I was going to say, Andy, get him, man.
Well, there's been some great stories today. And any stories from your games, Travis, that you stuck out? You're like, oh,
I mean, they were all good. I mean, it's Masters. Everyone, we're here hanging out.
How's Adam doing?
Adam's got a win in 2 draws.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then Billy's got a small loss in 2 draws. So
okay, how's the mountain team doing?
We're up in the mix. I think because there's been so many small games and draws because of how the scenarios panned out today. Honestly, I think this is probably the tightest the field's been going into day 2.
Yeah.
There's no clear 1 or 2 person that's just way out in front by a whole game or a half a game.
Yeah.
It's
almost impossible to score 21 points too. So
yeah, in the scenarios push is always a tight scenario. Invade, I think, gave people a lot more spread because of how it is, and then Fool's Gold is a tight scenario because it's a bluff token.
And correct me if I'm wrong, we've never played a bluff scenario at a Masters event before.
I don't remember ever playing one, no.
I mean, we don't even typically play them in a lot of the tournaments.
Normally those don't get voted in because people don't want to deal with it.
So what happened? They just decided, let's go wild?
I got voted in.
Fourth edition, baby, let's go.
8 regions, we picked 9 and voted in 9 scenarios, and I mean, that was one of them.
Okay. Andy-Patton over here, Mr. Salamander. Mr. Commodon.
He's Commodon.
Mr. Commodon. But you only have 3, right? You could have 4.
But no, I've got 4.
Oh, no, you
got 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're terrible.
I was trying to be like, he's not that bad, but no, he is that bad. Who'd you play in the first round?
First round, I played Jose Vega.
So you beat up my friend?
I did.
My doctor from Waco, Texas, I think he's from. So...
Yeah, I think Waco sounds right.
I don't know. If I'm wrong,
from Texas.
he'll
fill you.
So, but he was playing undead, right?
Yeah, we had an extremely close game, 4-2.
Really?
Yeah, on push.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was very good. We were basically tied on attrition, and I got him 4-2 in 7 turns. So.
And then that was a big win or no? Small?
No, it was small. I scored 15 points.
And then how about the next game?
Next game I played against. Wow, I can't even remember now. My brain hurts.
It was Robert Sawbine.
Oh yeah,
because I walked by thinking, I've seen this dance before.
Yeah.
And just set the stage. What was your guys' record against each other? Because you've played at every Masters, I think, that you've been in it. You've played them, right?
Yeah.
And you played them at Kings of Memphis, and you played them
at Michigan GT.
Michigan GT, yeah.
So we were 2-2 going.
Oh, so this would be a rubber match game a little bit. It'd be now somebody's 3-2. So you won it, I assume.
Yeah, I got it. I got it pretty handily. He gave me a rear charge on accident, and
was he playing halflings?
No, he's playing Kingdoms of Men.
Yeah, he changed it up.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it.
Lots of black powder rifles and 4 cannons.
Yep, he took the cannons.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Big win, big win?
That was a big win, yeah.
Okay, and then in game 3,
17.
you had the babyface killer, Tyler Schultz, who had just come off of I was incredulous. I was like, because we had him on the stream, and I'm like, I'm not, no offense, but I was like, I think Eric's going to do this, but he does. But this is Tyler's MO. He does it all the time.
All the time.
There was a game, I think, a few years ago against Tom Annis. I'm like, and all of a sudden, he's winning. I'm like, okay. So you know what? I think I got to stop counting him out because he actually does know how to play the game pretty well.
Tyler does play a lot. So like,
So you played Trowbridge in Tour?
Yeah, and he beat Trowbridge.
He was on the stream.
On the stream,
nice.
yeah.
Yep.
So he has what do you call it? He calls it flocks, Brox and flocks.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's what he's calling it,
Yeah,
right?
I think
because
that's
it's all
what-
Brox and flying dwarves.
And shield breakers.
And then a couple, a horde or 2, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, a horde and 3
Or
regiments.
3 regiments. Yeah. It looks like 2 hordes. Yeah.
So, I mean, you can tell he's already told his side of the story to me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Well, to me, I don't know if we had it on mic, but yeah, he was like, oh my gosh, Commodons.
So, if I was playing against a Defense 6 Dwarf Army, I would have picked up any unit that I shot at on the table on the first turn.
But he's Defense 4, which is even better, right?
Yeah, so I picked up a Brock Rider regiment and wavered a regiment of birds.
That's crazy.
In the first turn.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's gross.
yeah, that's not...
So now you're sitting on 52 points. You're fourth place?
No, I am third.
Third. And you're 4th place, Travis.
Yep.
Okay. So Sam-Kula, though, that might be my rookie, because he's been on the scene for a little while, but hasn't been to Masters before, and I'm really excited to see what he does. I mean, he's a cool guy, first of all.
Yeah, 100%.
Super cool guy. Part of that Columbus crew, and it's one of those people that maybe the player shows up doesn't really. I mean, obviously Eric or Kyle, those guys know him, but he might not be as well known outside that Ohio area. But you know, when I say that, I've heard stories. He went to Dead of Winter, right? Drove all the way into the winter to go play, and it ended up being a one-day event. I mean, so I think he's been to Crossroads. He's been at Michigan GT. So he's traveling.
Yep.
He was at Blue City this year.
Yeah.
So
Sam. I mean, the Ohio guys play all the time. So like Sam plays on UB a lot. I know they crush that. So Sam's been playing a ton. He's definitely good.
Yep. I will say, talking to the Ohio guys before the event started, if they all picked, they thought Sam was going to win. The tournament. So
he's in second place.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for the Midwest though, because right now they have 1 and 2, right?
1 and 2.
Yeah, and Shilkin, no surprise.
And I mean, they got, I think number 6, Sean Troy's up there. So
Sean, is he undefeated or is he 2-1?
Yep, he's undefeated.
Okay. Smaller wins, though.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah.
How many players are undefeated right now?
Should be 8.
I think there's 8 of us still.
Okay. All right. Well, that's exciting.
But with all the ties, who knows?
Yeah.
How many ties? What do you guys hoping for tomorrow? What do we know what scenario we're playing tomorrow yet?
I have no
Not
idea.
yet.
No.
Okay, they haven't announced it yet, I guess.
No, they probably won't until the morning.
That's good.
I guess.
I hope
everybody
we're
has a
playing
little-
Dominate.
Think Dominate?
I hope so.
That's what you want?
Jeff,
That's what
I
you want?
can see that. I mean,
What's
Steve and I
Jeff
would have
playing?
a
Northern Alliance,
good
right?
fight.
Yeah, so I will say out of all the missions that have currently been picked, the 3 that I didn't want to play are the 3 that we played today.
Yeah, kind of same with me.
Yeah.
I mean, other than invade being invade, but like I didn't want Fool's Gold. I didn't want push for sure against Nature Army. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think the only one left might be Stockpile. That would suck. Honestly.
I'm a slow army that doesn't want to go across the table.
Yep.
And every mission that we played so far,
It's something like that. 100. That is true.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That they've all had an aspect where you have to get across the table every time. Because the Fool's Gold we had to. So I didn't think of that. You're not wrong. So tomorrow will be
Control, Dominate.
which favors mine a lot with 28 drops, 42 unit strength. So
Yeah. I think out of the top 5 or maybe the top 10 players right now, you have the most unit strength and I have the second most unit strength.
yeah, I would say I think yours is next.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting 33.
33 unit strength.
Yeah. And mine's 42. And that's the. I mean, that 25 to 30 range, I think, was the average.
Yeah. I've only got 15 drops.
Yeah, and mine's 28, so. Yep.
Yeah, you outdropped me a little bit.
I'll drop everybody. I guess Dustin's up there, too. He's got his goblins are up there.
Yeah.
He's probably playing Marcelo, I think, tomorrow. So.
Because Marcelo's also undefeated, I think.
Yep, Marcelo's had some small wins as well. Yeah, I mean, I think
That's the story of the weekend, though.
Well,
There's not a lot of big
I think,
wins.
like Andy said, those 3 scenarios kind of lead to smaller.
Yeah.
Invade. I mean, unless you have a lot of unit strength, which everybody's only got 25, most of those games don't end up getting huge blowouts because every time you lose a unit, that reduces your overall in blackjack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other than. I think, 18's the top threshold for the points, or 17 you had to get for max on invade for unit strength across?
Yeah, it was
something like.
insane. And then for the second mission, sorry. For push, it was.
You had to get all the tokens.
All 14.
Yeah.
You had to score 14 points.
Yeah, I think it was 13. I think it was 13
more.
to 14. Yeah, but you had to be over. Yeah, so all of them have led to smaller scores.
Yeah. So you had to have all 7 tokens.
You know, so
that's hard to do.
Because Adam being a small win and 2 losing draw and a winning draw barely, I think he's only 20 points out of us, a game.
Yeah.
Effectively, and so that's half the field, over half of the field. So I do believe this is probably the tightest going into day 2 Masters race we've had.
We're joined by Sam. Cyle-Pool said this is his pick to win the event. So, and you're making him look good right now. So, because you're second place.
Yeah.
Jeff Shook, actually, the Midwest, first and second.
And I think Sean Troy's like 5th or 6th right now.
Yeah, because he's also undefeated.
Yeah.
Well, so this could be your year. Midwest.
Midwest
right?
looking good.
Has Midwest ever won overall region? I know they won Paragon once, I think. Maybe they must have won.
I think no, because Eric was heartbroken about it.
Yeah, because I think the year Eric won, it was Eric, Jeff, and then me at New York. But I think they still got outdone by the South.
And Sam, you got Nature.
I do.
Who'd you play in the first round?
First round, I played Steve Malone.
Okay.
Somebody that lives 20 minutes from me.
He's not. He's murking, right?
Yeah, he's murking.
Who's he murking for?
Pacific Northwest.
Okay. And that's a team that needed what? 7 mercs.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were short by a lot. They have one actual player from.
And Sam, was he playing? Him being Steve? Is he playing Salamanders?
Steve is playing undead. So Steve played a funky vampire undead ghoul list with no shambling in it.
Okay. So you played him, but you must play him all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, thanks for the
It was, we drove 12 hours to play somebody that lived 20 minutes ago.
That's the one problem about having Mercs, right?
Yeah.
You could have your next door neighbor be on the other team.
On top of that, Steve played his girlfriend the next round.
That was weird, right?
Yeah. They did. They ended up having to play.
Yeah.
Now she's
thing, right?
Merking as well, right?
No, she's on our team.
She's on your team.
Yeah, she's
so
on the
that's weird that Merking had
such a bad role.
You know, is he the new Randy Davis? Because I think there's one year that Randy Davis ran roughshod over the South team as a Merc.
And he did the best out of all the South guys, I think, that year.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
So game one was a big win?
Yeah, they've all been like a couple above the average, like 14s. I think they're all like 17s or so.
And you got the Chicago Master Alex in the second game?
I got him. That guy is awesome.
He's a one hell of a guy.
Oh my God, that guy rules.
Yeah, he's great. He's a wonderful human being.
One of the nicest people I've ever played. It was a really tight game. My back hurts really bad after that. And then round 2 was Mark Cox with Rats.
Round 3.
Yeah, round 3 was Chavez.
Yeah,
Round 2 was Cox with Rats.
I'm getting it mixed up here.
Round 3 was Invade.
Travis likes to let him do his job.
Yeah. Cox with Rats. Yeah. And then Chavez was just now.
Yeah, on round 3 because we were on the stream.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And if you watch the stream, turn 4, I almost chucked the whole game with some pretty bad air elemental charges. I got a little antsy. And I marked all my bases, brought it all back, and it came in my favor once the tokens flipped up. There's a whole slew of things that he was beating the out of me on the side with, and they were all zeros.
What were your thoughts about, we don't typically play bluffed token scenarios?
I love bluff missions. They're like, bluff missions are one of my favorite missions, and Columbus loves them, and we like,
so you guys
of our
were prepared
one days,
for it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why you guys are 3-0.
Most of our one days, we do we'll take a hold the line and turn into a bluff mission where you put the tokens down face down and make they flip at turn 3, and that's the value of each of the zones. We'll do bluff missions no matter what. So maybe that's the advantage.
Yeah. So tomorrow's going to be a big day. We'll see how it goes through, right? I mean,
hell yeah, man!
I think
you
it's
and me, brother.
Yeah,
and then you'll take
Jeff.
Andy will take on Jeff. So it'll be something.
For what it's worth, Jeff has given me my only ever loss in a tournament with my list currently.
That is true.
Oh, because he did it this year at Adepticon.
Yep.
Correct.
I was going to say, I think Adepticon was the only time I've heard you lose. So.
He's subtly pointing out that he beat me at Adepticon.
Well, this is a completely different list than the one he took at Adepticon.
That is correct.
And I know you've mastered yours more as well. Yeah, so,
I like the words of encouragement you're giving him.
Well, if he wins and I beat Sam, then I get another player I've never played. So,
if
hey man, you never know.
God.
I got a lot of
jump on if you want
more than you're used to.
I saw it. I think this one's going to be one of those whatever the mission rolls up,
it will be.
It's going to be I'm or I'm not.
100%. And I mean, a couple of the hard ones are out for me.
The one thing I saw was some of those missions played, and I was like, I'm really glad this can't come up again against Travis. So I'm sick. We can do that.
Awesome, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on. All right, we're back with James Taylor. Not that James Taylor.
A James Taylor.
But the James Taylor of Kings of War. Yeah, so we chatted a lot last year in Reno. You were a new player out of the Reno area. You played in Best of the Rest. And you know what was awesome is it was probably a very good learning experience last year. You probably took some losses, but you had a lot of learning activity.
I think I came out with one win out of my Best of the Rest.
But you were not discouraged by it. You're like, well, that's just opportunity for growth. And you've obviously been growing. Because you not only are you playing, but you made the Masters team.
Yes.
For the West.
And I've already got one win.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. What events did you go to last year to qualify for the Masters event?
All of them were local tournaments in Reno. All of our local tournament events were what got me my qualifying.
Yeah.
We have a great crew there. Everyone plays very tough, very tight elite lists. So I'm really struggling to adapt to all the multi-drop lists for this tournament, but it's great learning experience.
Because you're playing Elves.
I am.
And you were playing Elves last year too, I think, right? Or were you playing Sylvan-Kin? Yeah, okay. All right.
I've lost a lot of the Pathfinder, so I've had to this year learn how to handle terrain, learn how to handle a lot less scouting. Yeah. I scouted half my army last time, and that gave me a strong competitive advantage for some of these scenarios.
Yeah. So what were you guys doing to prep for this event? Because have you been to an out-of-state big event like this?
I have not.
So this is your first one.
This is my first one.
You were playing at Best of the Rest last year at Masters,
yes.
But it was your home stomping ground.
It's local. It's real simple to get to, so that was easy.
So what made you go, you know what? I made the team, I'm going.
Genuinely, that I qualified was a shock enough to me that I was willing to give it a shot, willing to see.
I mean, they let Blake and Ryan on, so
yeah,
you know. But you came out here. Did you obviously flew, right?
Yes.
Is it what you thought it would be? Because I mean, you did have you saw the Reno Masters, but comparing this to that, I mean, is this what you expected?
Yes, but that's only because the experience I had at Best of the Rest was really solid, and I was meeting a lot of the Masters players.
Because there were players that didn't qualify that were Best of the Rest, so you were playing some high caliber people last year.
I was. I opened Best of the Rest with players in the South who should have been Masters players.
Who'd you play last year, remember?
I know Dwayne Richardson was one.
Richardson, yeah. But you learned a lot.
I learned
and you've
a lot.
applied it this year.
I applied it this year, and the reason why this is what I expected is everyone's been great. It's a wonderful community.
Yeah.
And the choices, the caliber, the level of play is really strong.
Who'd you play in the first round?
Rick Hoy.
Rick Hoy from Houston.
Yes.
Got it. What was he playing? Undead?
He was playing Undead, and that was interesting because his list and mine both are built to do the same sort of thing. Strong, anvil in the center, heavy hammers on the flank. We're both trying. It's just a matter of tempo and who can get that charge off first.
Yeah. So big win, small win?
Small win.
But a win.
Somehow.
And then you get the next two games, which I think is kind of interesting, against probably two of the better Goblin players in the United States, back to back. And I mean, if it was me, I'd be like, okay, this is going to be uphill battle. You have elves, you have less drops, less unit strength. But you gave it a go, and you started off with Travis-Timm.
Yes, and that was tough. His first move set his troops up in such a way that I could not respond. I got baited into a charge on something, went to go follow up with the rest of my charges, and realized I had none. And then I had to stop, recover, and adjust to that. I think I did well. I held him to his edge of the board for the first 4 turns, but by then the wounds stacked up on all my
This was
health
invade in second
This
round?
was invade, which holding 25 drops to my 12 or 13 on his side of the board, keep any of them from scoring, that was hard. But after a while, the wounds just wound up, and then he tabled me just by enveloping me, winnowing me down with.
Well, you're not the last person that they're going to be tabled by Travis this weekend. So you're in good company, I guess is what I'm saying.
I'm not disappointed at all.
What did you learn from the game?
A lot. I applied it with my match here with Kyle. Mostly, I was learning about when to be aggressive, what tempo I want to set when I am so heavily outdropped.
Yeah.
And just trying to find and create those moments of exploitation. I learned when I can push through against Travis and when to try and when it's not as strong.
Yeah. And then we go into game 3, and as I alluded to, we got Cyle-Pool joining us. He is obviously a Goblin player through and through. That's the interesting thing is not only you played 2 Goblin players, you played 2 original Goblin players that have been playing for the whole time Goblins. Like, they're not bandwagon people just because Goblins are good. They were playing them when they weren't good. So, you've got 2 legitimate masters, and so you applied some new techniques against, like, what did you do differently? Now, obviously, it's a fool's gold, right, is what you guys played, the bluff token scenario. Just walk me into what were you thinking, because you just got done playing Goblins. Were you more confident?
Not necessarily more confident, but I feel I had a much stronger first turn than I did last time, and maybe I was wrong, but...
Your mic's on if you want to chime in.
Absolutely. You played like you understood how tempo management works against kill boxes and bait armies. So you didn't just... A lot of new guys will go, look at all these charges. And you didn't, which is great, because the longer you can stop the kill box from turning on, the better you are at surviving. So people who let me shoot them turn 1 or turn 2, the game's over on turn 1 or turn 2. You're just going to never survive the wounds. So you hit it on the head. When you fight those high drop armies, you have to control the tempo on when can you do enough damage to them to win the mission, but not give them enough time to whittle you down in response. And you did an excellent job. And you played it really well.
Well, thank you very much. It was maybe my match of the day so far. It might go down as my match of Masters. A large part of why I play this is the puzzle and the strategy of it. And I don't know if I've had a tough puzzle like that in a long time. In a very long time.
I put some angles on the table.
You did, and that's nothing.
Geometry's a real thing in Kings of War.
Yeah, that's
especially when you're dealing with 30
else.
units or something.
Nothing against Travis, nothing against anyone local for Reno, but every turn was a puzzle to crack.
But that's what you want, right?
It is.
I think you expressed that several times over the past year, that this is why you like the game.
It is, and that's why it's up there for one of the best tabletop games I've had, is every time, puzzle to crack, puzzle to answer.
That's amazing. So where are you sitting? You're 1 and 2?
I'm 1 and 2.
Point-wise, you're sitting at? 23. Okay, not bad.
Not bad.
Right, so that means you got some points out of the losses.
Yep. And honestly, I'm sitting better now than I was in Best of the Rest.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? If you think about it.
It is, because this is Masters. I should be doing worse.
Yeah. Yeah. How's the rest of the West team doing? I know Nick's doing okay, I think, right?
Yes. I haven't actually checked in where everyone is on standings, but going off it, I know Ryan's just come off of 2 tough matches.
Ryan, his goal right now is to win a game and not be last place. I think
Ryan Lampion, not Ryan Smith. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Lampion. Yeah, I think he's 0-3 at this point.
Oh,
I think so. Yeah, and he finished last year, so I think he's just but he'll get one this year. He'll get one.
And I haven't checked in for how Steve and Ryan are doing, Ryan Smith, but I know Sean and Danny both seem to be doing pretty strong.
Yeah, it should be a good year for you guys. And I mean, over to Kyle, the Midwest are sitting pretty sweet. And, we already talked to Sam, and you already told us that's the guy that's going to win this event, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's sitting in second place.
He understands the game on a level that's like on par with where I was in third, I think. The intuitive, I understand the game, I understand the board, I understand the timing. He has a list that plays well into blackjack, which is something to consider. Like my list, I do think traditionally does not play well into blackjack. It plays well into Kohler or Honest Fours. It plays well into cumulative games, but not gap games. His does not. His is very, very happy to pull 18, 19-point wins. He has a list built for the room we're in. Seeing the list that came in, it's correct. And of course, you got some good matchups too, right?
And given that he spars with you all the time,
his sparring partners are myself, Eric Trowbridge, Adam Ballard on UB, Andy-Patton on UB.
But specifically, you means he knows how to play goblins.
He does know how to fight.
So he's going to play Travis typically tomorrow.
No, he's fighting the least Cyle-Pool-Goblins you can possibly field.
Yeah,
but they're still goblins.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be a big challenge for him tomorrow, and he's up for the task.
Me and Travis don't play goblins the same, so it's something I remind him. I'm like, it's not me. It's a very different.
It'll be interesting,
style.
and also scenario dependent, right? In that matchup, right? So
he does not want to get something like a control.
But you got to be feeling pretty good about the Midwest right now. First,
the Midwest
second,
is doing great.
6th, I think. You have 3 undefeated players.
We have 3 undefeated players. I'm 2-1.
And where are you sitting in the rankings? Because you have Shilkin at 1. You have Sam at 2.
Actually,
is Sean Troy 6?
They graciously didn't give us line numbers on the pairings.
Okay.
But I'm at 30 battle.
But did they pair you for tomorrow yet?
Or they just, you know what? I can just look at that, can I? No, I don't see pairings yet.
Okay, but they get you the total points for battle today.
I have 30 points for battle. First place is 54.
Yeah.
So I think I'm countercharged. Like I'm going into tomorrow.
What's funny though is I think the 3 scenarios they picked for today, historically, the guys have been, some of the people on the podcast have been talking about that maybe they're harder to blackjack.
They are.
And so you sort of automatically brought the field in a little bit. You don't have the runaway leader. I mean, if you got Shilkin at 54, right?
Invade is easy to get a lot of points in.
Right, but then you had push, and then you had, I guess you don't really know with bluff tokens, right?
Yeah.
It could be big, it could be small.
This, and our game 3, he played his elves exceptionally well. To be blunt, there was not really any coaching. It was more of a.
Well, when I walked over the table, I saw a bunch of your characters and trombones left.
Yep.
And he had 3 units.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what to think of this, right?
About turn 4, it was clear that I was going to win. It was just, am I going to win by a boatload or am I going to win by a little bit? And it really ended up being like maybe a 2-point win, if that.
Yeah.
It was a tight little win, which is fantastic, right?
2-4.
Yeah. I win scenario by 2. I win attrition by 1.
Yeah, I don't think we caught up with you though. What would we talked to you obviously when after you beat Corey-Reynolds the first round. Who'd you play in the second round?
I played Marcelo's all flying human list.
He's 3-0 as well.
Yes, Marcelo's doing exceptional.
Yeah.
He played great. He played clean. His tempo management against shooting armies he understands, and I've got that mid-range shooting, mid-range control. He sort of came in on turn 3. On turn 3, he broke a unit more than I had calculated. And I have ways to stop flyers. I've got Grony Snark. I've got a lot of shooting to pin 1 down. So in the turn he broke, I had planned on handling 2 flyers. Because as we mentioned earlier, I have 7 yielding units that have to play in sort of a bubble. They have to. That's the nature of my list. Against mass flyers, I have to control the tempo at which they can get behind me or get around me. And on the turn, I couldn't afford him to get 3. He got 3. And it forced me to take a gamble to stop 3 units instead of focus on stopping 2. And shocking no one, I did not get that gamble.
Yeah, right.
So Marcelo 20-1'd me, which is my second worst defeat at Masters ever. I've been tabled once. I've been blackjacked one time.
We've talked about this, though, with you in the past.
Yeah.
You don't, like, I don't say you don't care, but, like, you're playing to win the game.
Yeah.
So if there's still a chance of winning the game,
if the math
you're not going to be like, well, I'm going to pull my punches and just go for the draw here. No, you're going for the win.
I have no desire to say, I don't want to say no desire, but on an average moment, like if I go, I can pull a 17-point, I can get a 4-point loss versus a 1-point loss. That's pretty much irrelevant to me. I'm going to go.
It's a loss.
So, yeah, it's a loss. So if I can do, because I went, all right, if I roll an 8 here for a waiver and a 9 here for a waiver, and Grony Snark does 7 wounds, which is 2 above average, I'm like not even a coin flip to kill this unit, and I've stopped 3 things they got through. What happened is Grony did 2 wounds. My entire shooting battery combined did 9 out of an average of like 18 to 20. Between 3 War Trombones, Alchemist Curse, Blizzard, and Blood Boil, I'm usually pretty good at going, that unit's dead. Especially Regiment Nerves, 17, 18.
Yeah.
I did like...
And you were shooting the flyers?
Shooting the flyers, yeah. So, because the way individuals
he's playing Kingdoms of Men, is that right?
Yeah, Kingdoms of Men.
So he's got the Beast Cap.
Yeah, so the way individuals work, you can, because you align to me, I don't align to you like we did in third, I can usually tailor my War Machines and individuals to force overruns to hit 1 or 2 units max. I can control the catastrophic damage. When you get none of them, you just get to go through all of them. So he took out my entire backline in a single turn.
Crazy.
And it's the risk you take when you play against high flyers.
Do we have any clue who you might be playing tomorrow?
I'll be playing a person with a pulse, unless tonight goes really well. Looking at the points, I will either be playing Devlin Smith or Mike Grigiata. But looking at the points, I think I got Dev.
That's funny.
Easy win.
Well, he's a merc, right?
Oh, he's P&W. Yeah.
Yeah. He's in a merc.
Easy win. Let's get him drunk tonight.
I mean, to be fair.
But I don't know because there's
he's playing elves, though, right? Or Sylvankin?
I don't know. I didn't look.
He's not playing his halflings.
He's not from the Midwest. I didn't look.
Yeah.
All you Tennessee guys are dead to me now. No, but because there's no actual numbers on the roster right now, I don't know if I'm playing up or down.
Yeah, and the immunity thing too, like
well,
it can really swap.
It can really shove it, but that tells me I'm probably
in terms of the Southeast. I think we're banking on right now. We're banking on obviously Andy, but I think Jeff might be undefeated as well.
Jeff Shokin, yeah.
Oh, Jeff Bodine.
He's probably doing all right.
But I think he's undefeated as well. So
while I'm looking that up, we wanted to.
Yeah, but I wanted to dive into a little conversation about 4th edition, right? Because you're a unique case that you just kind of got into the tail end of 3.5, and you've went through the transition. And I guess just give us a sense of what that path looked like and what you feel about 4th edition and positives, negatives, that kind of thing.
I think the biggest negative for me has honestly been trying to remember what has changed to 4th and what rule I'm just misremembering. Just because I came in at the tail end of 3rd, that when things drop small enough for 4th, it's a question of what am I doing? Am I remembering correctly? Or is this just an addition update? The actual changes to 4th that I am seeing, I broadly like. I like the choices you have to make in list building with battalions. Command orders are interesting, but I'm always wary of how you balance that. I do like it conceptually. I know people may not. I like having that little bit of extra mechanical flair to an army. And making it a command order rather than an army-wide rule, that's a solid choice.
In our game, from the start of the game to the end of the game, you also got much more efficient in how you prioritize and sequence using command orders and using spells and things like that. So there was just a jump, even in our game. It's a small skill, but using your command orders from the right commander in the right sequence to have cascading effects go in your favor is huge.
And you talk about sequencing. Spell sequencing is something I'm really going to be a lot stronger at now after playing you. Now I know when to chain Blizzard, what to seek, what to...
Oh yeah, even something silly like if you Blizzard me, I don't get to flank your Palace Guard across the map.
Yeah.
And you have a shot at playing for a draw instead of a minor loss.
Yeah. So it's a positive thing. You think that the changes are moving in the right direction and an improvement over 3.5?
I mean, I don't like that my Sylvan-Kin list went away and I had to pivot to elves, but it's been a fine change.
Yeah, I think that's obviously whenever you go through let's remind people you've played other game systems, all right? BattleTech, was there?
BattleTech's the big one.
Yeah, and what else is that? It mostly.
I played Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah.
I played Marvel Crisis Protocol. I've played War Master.
So you've been through edition changes, and so you know how this goes, right? There's going to be overhaul of the list, the rules, and there's going to be things. Oh, I can't take that unit anymore, or
recosting.
Exactly, and so you're ready for the trials and tribulations of adjusting to a new edition.
I am, yes, and I'm hoping elves come out with.
Are you a patient guy? Because that's the other thing we always tell people, like, gotta be patient because all the lists will be addressed, but elves aren't out yet. Maybe. I mean, arrogance just screams to me elves.
Same.
Right?
And
so maybe they're in the next book.
Fingers crossed there'll be some more Sylvan-Kin options in that. I like the flavor of that a lot better, but
you know what? No, I'm just thinking, is there something new they could add in the elf list to give you back the Sylvan-Kin? I mean, I guess you could just, I don't know.
There is lore-wise. You can throw some stuff in there, but
or command order for Strider or Pathfinder might be useful.
Yeah.
There's also things you can play with commanders. Like if we start looking at some of the stuff they did, like with ogres or with Basilean or whatever, and we lean more into commanders, which I think over time we'll see more transitioning into this hero changes the gameplay. There's a really easy precedent to say Palace Guard, lose Crushing, gain Thunderous, and Pathfinder when you take this hero, and nothing else changes, right? There's different formats that can bring the Sylvan-Kin back, and you can say change this unit to this and this instead of this without having to invent new units or write new units. And I think you nailed it on the head. Fourth is improving. There is obvious signs of them listening to community feedback.
Yeah.
And I tell people the book we just got was mostly written before we even had community feedback because they had to start that before the game was even out.
Yeah.
So the next book will be my litmus test for if the game is moving in a healthy direction, genuinely or not. But I think it is. I see it. I see small changes here, and they FAQ'd some things the community said was a problem, and then they FAQ'd it.
Yeah, I think Fracture is a better book than Invasion, and I think Arrogance will be a better book than Fracture.
And to be clear, I don't think Invasion was a good book, but I think
there's some armies in there. I think Halflings are maybe a little underwhelming, maybe. I don't know.
There's just some stuff of like finding balance without having a soul to an army is a rough balance.
I'll say it a different way. Maybe they should have waited for the first supplement 6 months after give everybody generic lists.
Yeah.
Get some data and then the first book come out.
Give me a game and then take the data and say let's chuff it and let's go. And it's not just them, right? I've played 40K. 40K has codexes drop along with new editions all the time.
Well, what's interesting though that it's a good segue because the patience thing I was bringing up is like if you played fantasy, you got patience because if edition changes, it might be 7-8 years before you get another book.
You think my Goblin Codex was up to date when 8th edition dropped?
No. I mean Jeremy Vitok, right? Like took forever to get work on that the 8th edition Orcs and Goblins book, but it was long in the tooth by the time.
And it was long in the tooth in a detrimental to playing competitive way.
Correct. Yeah. So I'm happy with being patient, but that's the difficult part when you have maybe some newer players that haven't been through the wars of edition changes.
Yeah, and I've been through the wars of non-managed games. Here's the game, go play it in the historical side.
Yeah, right.
My American
the rules aren't changing.
The American Civil War rule set that I play is on to Richmond. The initial rules were written in the 2001 or 1999. The revision was written in 2022. It's a
long ways to go.
That is version 1.1.
Yeah,
that's the historical genre.
So, and what you do in the beginning, in the middle is just either house rule or you just live with it.
House rule or play with it, and most of the time you sort of just find a happy middle ground for your club and go. And when you go to a big convention, you better hope that they're following your vibe, or you kind of forget.
Yeah. One thing that has me really hopeful for Kings of War as someone new coming into that with 4th is I've seen, speaking of edition changes, I've seen games that are solved effectively. I mentioned BattleTech. That is if at a competitive level, and it's a game that lends itself more to scenarios, sort of historical play for sci-fi, but at a competitive level, it's practically solved.
There's certain mech combinations or army list construction
that you just take, and that'll just be what you do. And
They're
working on
which
it.
is
They're making great changes.
Yeah.
But for a long time, it was a solved game, and I don't see that being the case for.
And that's why you do edition changes, right? Because you do got to mix it up.
There are also tournaments in BattleTech that will say this list combination, this list, or these mechs cannot be taken because they want to see like, all right, we're tired of seeing
the same lists.
Yeah, like I know the Memphis guys are huge into BattleTech, and there for a long time, if they were doing a more like competitive game, it was like, all right, we both have a longbow, we both have 2 piranhas, we both have. I'm like, all right, so wait a minute, you're the same.
Yep.
And then that table over there is the same. And he brought a slightly different version of the same. And I was
took
like,
36 of this one unit. Oh,
Yep.
so now you've got to limit units, even though competitively I should be able to run my 36 Savannah Masters.
Yep. So there's nothing inherently wrong with an edition change. I think there was something inherently wrong with the codex dropping with the change. Because without data to back up, why are you making changes already?
I mean, I guess the argument would be they have a new army coming out.
Yeah.
And they wanted to splash there. But
make it, and I understand that. But it would have been for me, you could have justified basically making Eastern Asian themed ogres for 6 months and give them some cool stuff, like give them a few things. But they were such a big transition from what the game was. And to be clear, I don't actually think they're phenomenally strong.
Oh, there's Zerkali, no.
Yeah, there's Zerkali, but there's just some things we could have looked at.
You know what would be interesting? If they didn't go the supplement route, we had 4 armies, if they like maybe played their hand that, we're going they wouldn't do this, but just a Zerkali army book. Can you imagine the reaction if a Zerkali army book? People would have been screaming.
I would not have been happy as someone who's newer to Kings.
Yeah, because
see them going in an army book route.
I like the supplement route, which is give me 4 armies, give me some changes, some new scenarios, kind of like Clash of Kings meets Privateer Press. Yeah. Right, the way Privateer Press's books would come out back in the day with something for everybody.
Yeah. It also gives them a way to do like the Halpi's Rift. Here are some things that are not necessarily competitive, but we thought you would have fun with.
Well, there's some cool scenarios in this book. The books, both books, right?
Well, you have so many games to pull from, right? You can pull missions from Armada. You can pull missions from Firefight and Dead Zone, which actually do make sense in King's mechanics. We can get more progressive scoring and engaging games in Warpath with on and off tokens and things like that. So there's a lot of stuff you can pull from, and it doesn't have to be wait once a year. As long as the supplements also continue to have, hey, we notice an egregious balance error, we're focusing on these 4 armies, but we saw Twilight Kin, here's a fix for Twilight Kin, here's a fix for this mission didn't work the way we thought, here's an addendum, and there you go. And as long as we keep that route to 1 or 2 books a year, I think we're in a conversation that I'm happy to support.
Yeah.
Some of the launches, obviously, we got to smooth that up. Like UK guys having their books before American stores can even pre-order the book is always frustrating. Like our friendly local gaming store going, I can't even take your order. And we got guys in England showing up.
We need to get the distribution thing straightened out.
Yeah,
it's hard to do, but you got to do it.
It's got to be cleaned up a little bit, and some other stuff. And I'm of the opinion too that making it an option to go direct to PDF is not a horrible option. Give me a budget-friendly PDF, and I'll buy that book on release day that moment, and I'll still buy the hardback book because I want it.
Yeah.
But give me like an inexpensive PDF, and I'll buy every single one.
Or give me a PDF with just the rules, without
a single lore, not a single picture.
Right,
no
and then you know what? Then if for those of us that like that lore, well, then you got to go and get the.
Give me a gamer's edition for like $5.99. I'll buy every single book when it drops or whatever.
I mean, it's sort of the same argument with Companion. You don't really need the book if you just want the rules.
Yeah. And if from my perspective, that would be ideal because then I don't have to buy all the expansions that I'm not going to play. I can just have the rules that I need to reference.
Yeah.
It was rough to see an edition change come with the cost of 2 books. Is it still not expensive compared to most things? Yes,
correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
But having come from like 12 years of going buy 1 book, rules are free online to get started.
Yeah.
And then to see Fourth sort of deviate from that, even short term, was a hard thing because that's one of my selling points as a Pathfinder. Like, here's the thing, I know my pitch, and then you change the rules, and I'm like,
maybe it would have been better if they delayed it long enough so they could have came out at the same time as 11th edition 40K, right? And see, because that's got a sticker shock there, right?
Oh, I mean, talk about a launch that was not well received by some people. Even though the edition's great, the launch has been rough as well as someone sitting in the launch, and I'm like, man, I'm not happy with this launch either.
Yeah,
unhappy with, but I'm hard to please, Rob.
We know, but and you still have some of your sleeves on so far. I mean, they're kind of over the shoulder a little bit.
It's fine. Hang on.
Okay.
I'll just take more buttons down.
Yeah.
Cool,
what are you hoping for tomorrow, James?
Genuinely, I'd be over the moon if I got even just one win. I'm just hoping I continue to give strong games. It'll be great if I get to play good players.
Well, there's all good players in here, so no matter, even if you're playing Ryan.
Exactly. But genuinely, I'm really hoping I'm able to continue strong showing and continue to make my opponent think, continue to give them a solid game. If I can do that, that is my goal. Whether I win or place or do anything,
I think it's another learning opportunity for you this weekend, right? It's not about the result as much as the destination, or as much as the path. So
even me, right? Like really getting validation that the list archetype that I've been playing does not work within the world of blackjack. Win or lose in a non-blackjack situation, I'm doing much, much better. The blackjack system is not one that the archetype I've been experimenting.
Well, armies that trade pieces.
Yeah, and in 4th edition, especially the current goblins I'm playing trade so heavily.
Yeah.
That even a game like if I'm playing Honest Fours or playing Bart, I'm pulling very big wins and very small losses, and in blackjack I'm playing very small wins with very big losses.
Mm-hmm.
So it's even if my list is great in one system, it's always been known you gotta tailor. But in 4th edition specifically, I probably am going to have to sit back and really reevaluate how I play goblins, and that's just something you can't learn until you get dozens and dozens of.
But
reps
even
at a high level.
even if that's the case, like even if you look at the scores today, no one's running away, right? Like I mean, I think
45 is first out of a possible
54,
63 or 54 out of 63. Yeah,
right.
so it's
not like somebody's blackjack somebody. I don't think there's that many blackjacks.
I should not be this close to the top,
right?
Having done a minor win, a 1 point loss, and then a medium minor, another minor win, really.
Yeah.
To be 24 points away is unheard of.
Yeah.
With that record.
So it's an exciting room. I do want to get you guys to take, it's 4th edition, it's new. There's probably players in here that haven't had a lot of experience with 4th edition. How are you seeing that? You feeling that? Like you come to the games and there's players that are like, oh, I've only gotten 2 games in, or because some of these guys and girls have made the Masters team using 3.5 tournaments. Or are you saying that that's not really a thing? Everybody here is competent, and it feels like competence. Everybody in here is, well versed in 4th edition.
Masters, I haven't had a situation on my tables come up where it's like I don't understand the rules, or I'm making an error. There is a lot of I don't understand the board state in 4th as well as I did in 3rd. Like, you are a better player in 3rd than you are in 4th, and that's just experience talking. Sure, but like someone going, oh, I didn't realize you could cycle charge. I didn't realize we could teleport charge or transparent charging when we're doing this, and command sequencing being important. Don't have those. But in Best of the Rest, we have seen some.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you very much for the time. We appreciate it.
We're going to go eat dinner, Rob.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks for listening. And we'll see you next time on Countercharge. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at counterchargepodcast@gmail.com, on Twitter @countercharge15, or by commenting on the Countercharge Kings of War podcast Facebook group. If you enjoy the show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Until next time, keep countercharging. Music is a composition of Kevin MacLeod and is licensed under Creative Commons.